Welcome to baseball season 2026, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. A pleasure to be here with you this Monday morning, right here on your FM dial. Today is Monday, February 9th. Pitchers and catchers report tomorrow, and feels real good, I got to say. It's always another milestone to get to throughout the course of the year. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, the chairman. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Yeah, Padres dropped a hype video.
Did they?
Last night.
Oh, they did.
That got me fired up. So I can smell it. Baseball season is right around the corner.
Man, I got to start the show this morning lauding my friends here, Ben and Paul. And I want to tell you guys a touching story. You know, my parents were in town this weekend from Texas, came in for Bo's birthday, which was on Friday. And we had a great weekend. Phenomenal weekend. Had the flag football championships on Friday night. And Bo and his team won handily.
Woo.
And it was awesome. It was so good. He was slinging it all around the field.
Won the rings.
Got a little rings. And it was like, well, actually like big rings. Like
for their little
heavy
fingers, they're big rings.
They don't fit on any of their fingers. I think you can put 2 feet. Well,
no. Yeah, your wife was telling me that that's kind of the new trend right now with the youth sports.
It is.
Championships of the rings instead of like medals
so they got
trophies.
They got a medal and they got a ring, which is awesome because they finished top in the gold division. And it was so fun to watch. And it was so cool my parents got to see it, you know, and they got to watch Bo ball out and have a great time making some huge throws. Just so fun, man. It was great. And you know, of course, as a dad, you're a nervous wreck on the sidelines. Your heart's racing. You're like, oh, my God. It was great. And then they took the kids Friday night, and they spent the night with them. And Hannah and I had the night to ourselves to watch some Olympics, which we did. And that's not code for anything.
I was going to say.
No, that was not code. Hey, babe, you want to watch some Olympics? How about you want to do a little luging? Little skeleton? I'll lay on my back. You lay on top. How about that? Is that the skeleton or is that which one's that one?
Skeleton's face first.
Okay. I'm down to do that too. Whatever you want to do, I'm in. I'm in to do it. But no, it was not code for anything. We literally watched the Olympics. But I wanted to shout out my co-host here because Saturday morning rolls around and Taylor's got a basketball game and Bo's got a basketball game back to back. And sweet Paulie and his wife, Megan, came down to watch them play. They also wanted to say hello to my parents, which I loved that. And my parents just loved that. Adore you guys. You guys showed up, brought the boys some baseball, basketball cards. They were stoked about that. And they loved playing in front of Uncle Paulie. They just loved doing it.
I had so much fun.
And Taylor kept, is Paulie here? Is Paulie here? I'm like, he's on his way. He's on his way. Is Ben and Woods coming? I said, no, Ben and Woods is not coming. He's got golf right now. But Uncle Paulie will be here and Aunt Meg will be here. So they came, they had a great time. The boys were. No, we can get into the basketball in a minute because Paulie's going to have some thoughts, and it's great because it's not going to come from me about my kids because people get so mad. It's going to come from Uncle Paulie and Uncle Paulie's observations as a way more intelligent speaker about basketball than I am,
and perhaps more objective,
and way
about your kids,
more objective than my kids, and then. This sweet angel to my left, this sweet little angel, Ben, the chairman himself, we're on a group text it's probably about 1:00. And I hit him up with, hey, what are you guys doing for the Super Bowl? And Ben's like, I'm at the Seagull, but I'm probably leaving soon. Probably just going to watch it at home. Paulie's like, we're cooking here. And I'm like, man, I really didn't prepare much. I got some burgers I'm going to make. I got some queso and some salsa. I went, very, very low key for it because I didn't know who's going to be home, how many kids, whatever. So who's going to be interested at all? And I said, but I really want some wings. And Ben goes, oh, I'll bring you some wings. I go, no, you don't have to do that. He goes, no, I'll bring you some. I'm like, you really don't have to do that. He goes, no, I'm going to. So this SOB pulls up, delivery driver, and brings a big ass bag of wings right to my door.
Best wings in North County. And Seagull, in my opinion.
I wanted to thank both of you for
Were they hot still? Fresh?
They tasted.
Ben Dash guaranteed delivery.
Ben Dash guaranteed delivery. I took the naked wing because I love the naked wing because then I can control what's on there. And I would dunk into the buffalo sauce, dunk into the blue cheese, had my own blue cheese, and just murdered it. Hannah crushed them. Like she was so happy. It was so great. Ray wants to know, was he allowed inside? No, he was not.
No.
He dropped him off on the
no, never made it past the cul-de-sac.
He goes, should I put these on your door and take a picture? I go, getting you on my Ring camera would have been really funny if you dropping the wings off, but I didn't think about it. Taylor and I were out playing hoops. And it just, man, I'm just very lucky to have you guys. Both of you, both meant a lot to me and mean a lot to me. It was very sweet gestures on your behalf, both of you.
It's absolutely my pleasure.
Yeah,
it was also
great.
Very easy right on the way home.
I know.
Oh, and sign me up for many, many future Saturday basketball games.
Paul,
I had so much fun.
Have you ever seen anything?
It's been a minute.
You ever seen anything like that in your life?
It has been a while since I've seen the Pee Wee basketball ranks. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
I had a smile like ear to ear the entire time though. And not just watching Bo and Taylor, like just everybody, how carefree they are.
Yeah.
And how much fun they had.
Yeah.
How
violent.
How quickly the smile could turn to tears.
Yep.
Had one kid just walk off the court entirely.
Just done. And they played with four for like 4
5
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah. I'm yelling across the court. I go, it's our kid. You only have 4 players. They're undermanned.
Finally, the coach goes, what do you mean?
What do you
he's
mean?
like looking and he goes, well, where's the 5th?
He goes, where is
like,
he?
He's over there.
He's crying with his parents.
He's on mom's hip.
He just walked off the court in the middle of the game. And we had subs, and I guess our coach was not paying attention as they went 5-on-4 against us.
It's a power play.
Power play, yeah.
Taylor went out to take the opening tip off, and like another kid beat him to center court for the tip.
Yep.
And Taylor like turned to all of us sitting there in the front row and just starts melting down, crying. I was like, is he crying? Like, I was like, what's going on? I was like, I don't know.
Then the game starts. I'm going to read you this stat line for this 5-year-old son of mine. And you're going to go, oh, there's Woodsy exaggerating again. Okay, I now have backup. Taylor was, no, I'm not kidding, 2 for 35 from the field, okay? 2
at a minimum.
At a minimum.
That was the first half. Now do the full game.
2 for 35 with, by the way, 23 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like easily. Like
it didn't take long watching the little guys going in Taylor's game. I go, they don't like to pass in this level, do they?
No.
And he goes, no, you get the rebound. You are taking that ball all the way down court, and you are shooting that ball.
Yes.
And Taylor, God bless his soul, he was going to every single time he got the ball, he went to the same spot.
Same spot.
Like baseline, left side corner. and was chucking them up and hit the rim about half the time. Made
had some
two or three.
Rattle in and outs.
Had a lot that were close, but yeah, it was like 3 for like 60.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Shooter's going to shoot.
That's what I told him after the game. I said, just keep shooting, dude. That's what Steph Curry does. Just chuck it up there, man. See what happens.
But like seeing them do something, whether it was getting a rebound, running up and down the court, whatever. Anytime they did, they just look over at you. I'm like, that is so sweet.
And his little cheeks were so red that he didn't. I think they pulled him out for 1 minute. He played the entire game.
He was head to toe in compression.
Head to toe compression, headband, and was getting after. Such a good dribbler. Like he could really dribble. I told Paulie, I go, anything that you see from them, good or bad, just know I haven't taught them. I know nothing. I know nothing. I can go out and play pickup or whatever, but like I haven't been out here showing them what to do. And then Bo's game started, and oh my God. Oh my God.
This was a totally separate but equal spectacle.
It was unbelievable. And I'd say about after the first quarter, there was one kid on the other team that honestly
2-0, by the way.
2-0 at that point. Honestly, I don't think he knew what to do. So that when Bo would have the ball, this kid would just go up and attack him. And I mean attack, like grab his shirt and like shake him. And the ref wasn't calling any fouls. So Bo was like, what? Stop, dude. Stop like attacking me every time I get the ball.
He just hounded him.
He hounded him.
Like he would hug from behind or try to go for the ball and swipe over the top. It was all over Bo.
So you can tell it's starting to boil. He's starting to boil. Didn't change his facial expression. He would go down and he would rough that kid up. So it got like really chippy. I see this guy.
So they were letting him play.
Let him
play a little bit.
There were no free throws on the day.
I see this dude, I call him brown shirt because he had a little brown shirt on underneath. Brown shirt's dad calls him over to the sideline and he's like in his face. And so it could have gone one or two. Hey, relax out there. You look like a clown. Like you're just play defense, put your hands up. Or, hey, you see that long-haired kid? You're really getting in his head. Keep after it. My guess is that was the message.
His dad has really stupid takes on the radio. Just take it out on him.
Take it out on him. This guy, hate this guy. And so it got pretty gnarly to where it would devolve into a jump ball on the ground and Bo's ripping his like get off me. And it got
at one point in the first half, I asked Woods, I'm like, is Bo about to foul out of this game?
Yeah, he had 4 fouls, by the way. For an 8-year-old, he had 4 fouls. It was unbelievable. But so the thing is, one kid, and so he had lost it. And by the end of it, he had lost it. He was dribbling down, kid, clean steal on him. Bo came down behind him and just pushed him in the back. And you can hear me in the background going, no.
It was like the last. Had they scored, it would have like tied the game. So I was filming, and the kid stole the ball from Bo.
Bo was
on a breakaway by himself.
Sometimes those football instincts just
they kick in
the middle of the basketball game. It was tough when you're playing both sports on the same weekend.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't want to like post the video because other kids or the other people's children or whatever. But like,
I didn't want you to post the video because it's my child that was being embarrassing. Yeah,
but like, it was literally the second Bo realizes the ball has been stolen and he turns to run.
Furious.
You can see it in his brain. He's like, I'm taking this kid out because you can hear Woods. He's right over my shoulder. He's sitting right next to me on the bench, and he's like, no. And then Bo just 2-hand shoved to the ground.
So then they got wrapped up again with the ball. And Bo pulled it away from a kid, and the kid's on the ground. He goes, stop. And Bo goes, shut up. Just like that. And I went, we got to get out of here. Like, we have to get
right in front of us.
Right in front of me. Shut up. I'm like, Paulie, when this game's over, no goodbyes. I'll see you on Monday. I'm getting these kids. I'm getting out of here before this dad comes over here and wants to fight me or something.
Like, bro, he is intense.
He is intense. And
I love it.
We have a motto in our family, dude. And it's this. It's do no harm and take no S. I have no problem with you defending yourself or a teammate. None. And it got to the point where it was so chippy and like out of control that I was like, hey, man, I understand it. I said, but when you let somebody under your skin that way and you lose it, that means they got you. And that's a lesson at 50 I'm still trying to learn.
Was there actually a referee with a whistle?
Yes.
There was.
Called everything on Bo, nothing on anybody else.
Kid? Who was it? Because it's one of the most this is actually one of the jobs I have done in my life that wasn't radio or television. When I was like 13,
Reffing.
I would ref youth league basketball games.
What
And,
age?
Like about Bo's age,
Okay,
like 7, 8 years
9, 10.
old. Yeah. Kids who don't really know how to play basketball yet.
Yep.
They don't always dribble. Sometimes they just grab it and start running around the court with it.
Harry Sanders down the court.
So you don't really know how to control an atmosphere
It's
like that.
tough,
Because you can
dude.
blow the whistle every second.
Yeah, every second.
Which you can't do.
This
But
ref,
you have to kind of pick and choose occasionally, which then makes the parents irate because they're wondering, well, you let the other kid run around the court and you didn't
And you
blow the
yeah.
whistle,
You
but
called
now
traveling
you
on
call
this guy.
traveling on my kid. Well, your kid kind of knows what he's supposed to be doing, and so I'm trying. That's a sign that I actually know that your kid is good.
Yeah, it's
that
tough.
I called them for traveling because I'm trying to help him
I'm
out a
trying to
little
help him
bit.
out. The ref
But-
was fine. He
I
kept
thought
saying
he was great.
he kept saying like, okay, got to dribble, shoot, pass.
and if they
pass.
still weren't doing it, then he would blow
call
the
it.
whistle.
Yeah, he did fine. It was
he was like kind of coaching them while he's out there reffing. There was one point I saw like he would be standing in the middle of all these kids trying to fight for a rebound. He kind of his arms like crossed, and one of the kids would get a rebound and freeze, had no idea what to do. And they would look at the ref, and the ref would like have his arm and go, shoot it,
go up with it. Yep.
and he would just kind of point up like shoot it.
Just like in the NBA.
Yeah, just like in the NBA. Go shoot
Yeah,
it,
Anthony
shoot it.
Edwards like
Shoot it.
ref, what do I do?
It was
Shoot
awesome. It was awesome. Again, I've told him a million times, you play hard and you play nasty if you want to. I said, just don't take cheap shots. And I told him, I said, the push, the push from behind is a cheap shot. And I said, when that happens, that means they're in your dome and they own you now. And I said, that I think that was literally their goal, which is pretty lame. like, hey, let's go drive this kid crazy and see if we can get fouled and stuff. But it was so fun. I'm so glad you came and got to see it.
It was fun to see them both. And Bo, I mean, I haven't seen him play in a long time.
Yeah.
Anything, just to see him in his element. He's clearly a leader on the court, on the field, where baseball, basketball, football, whatever. Like the way he points and he's like, no, you go there.
Yeah.
Like, here, I'm going to go here. And then you do this.
Didn't get it from me, dude.
He patting
Not
guys
bad.
on the back. I mean, seeing both Bo and Taylor with all their buddies on the court, it was so much
It's
fun.
rad, isn't
and
it?
I'm like, dude, sign me up. Like, we'll be there as many Saturdays as we can.
Please
It was
coach
perfect.
them. Just please coach
I
them.
can't
That's-
coach.
Please, I'm begging you.
No, I literally thought about it. I would ref before I
I'm
coached.
begging you to coach.
I said coaching
begging.
sounds like it would suck the soul from my butt, just die.
I'm
I would
begging
just,
you.
I don't know that I could handle
I'm
coaching.
literally on my knees. Hannah and I both. She said it after the game too. My dad said it. We're on our knees begging to just go coach them both in basketball. Take up maybe 3 hours of your 5 to 6 hours of your time during the week. That's it. And our kids would benefit so much from having Uncle Paulie out there.
I would need one hell of a signing bonus from the Encinitas basketball league.
Our coaches, Bo's coach is awesome. The Taylor's coach just had never, he was like literally every other dad was like, not me. And he's like, all right, I'll do it. I mean, he had 4 guys on the court that one time. So he's not exactly dialed in, but it was so fun to watch. And it was just great. I had such an elite weekend. It was so great. We had dinner, a big fancy dinner out for Bo's birthday that was beyond incredible. We sit down at Bob's. We went to Bob's in La Costa. A guy walks up and goes, hey, just so you know, it's all been taken care of as far as the young man's quesadilla here, pointing to Taylor. I go, excuse me? He goes, yeah, your mom and dad came in earlier in the day. They said they wanted to get the bill and to make sure that we made this guy a quesadilla. So now I'm seething. Now I'm like, he can eat other things than a quesadilla. This dude eats quesadillas 8 days a week.
Quesadillas are elite.
They are elite, but you got to try new stuff, especially at Bob's. So they went out.
Gary looked at the menu and was like,
Make him a
we'll give him
quesadilla.
a quesadilla.
Could we do quesadillas all around, actually, if possible? It was amazing. It was amazing. We had such a great time. It was just awesome.
That dessert that Bo had in front of him looked as big as he was.
Imagine his disappointment, though, when they brought it out, because you know what he wanted. He wanted creme brulee. And they brought out this like beautiful brownie sundae. And he looked at me and I go, just relax, blow out the candle. I'll get you creme brulee. So I murdered that.
While
he ate his creme brulee. It was so fun.
He's a kid after my own heart.
He really is. It reminded me a lot of you. It was so much fun, man. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you both. You made the weekend even more special than it already was.
I want to quickly go back because you mentioned Bo winning the football championship and getting the championship rings. Yeah. I wanted to ask both of you, growing up, how many of those little trophies with the baseball players and the basketball players did you have on your shelves? Like, it was an entire industry. I remember the local store in Encinitas growing up that was the trophy store.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they must have constantly had coaches and team moms coming in. Okay, we need 14 of these. We need 12 of these. And just,
these
it
was like baseball swing.
Just a generic baseball swing, gold painted, plasticky trophies on a little base. Just every single team you were on, you would get presented with one of those at the end.
It's pretty much every single team. Every once in a while, we'd get one like this soccer team did a plaque or, something instead.
The plaque.
But for the most part, I had, 20 different trophies on my shelf at one point when I was a kid. Basketball,
I
baseball.
You did not keep your trophies.
No, I didn't get any.
You didn't get any? How did you not get any?
I didn't get
Everybody got trophies.
No.
But
they didn't.
Go a little harder in Texas?
Back in
no participation trophies.
Hey, in Texas, we don't do that P word participation. Hell yeah, I got it.
We gave out one trophy to the winners.
I threw it in the garbage as soon as I got it. Third place, boom. No, I honestly was.
You won the championship. Maybe it was slightly bigger than the other ones, but that was the only difference.
I say none. Let's put it this way: I did not play an organized sport until I was 10 years old, which is beyond shocking to think about with my kids. Bo's room looks like every one of those kids who I went to their house and envied the hell out of them. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Medals and
trophies. And I got ribbons at field day. I would finish first in the baseball throw or something. I would get some bit. But I didn't get a lot of trophies, man. I mean, maybe a participation trophy from the Y. But again, Benny, I'm talking all of this came after 10 years old. So maybe a few little league trophies here and there, but it wasn't.
And then eventually you get older and you're like, I don't need
my
those.
brother started at 5, and it was like it looked like Tom Brady's house in his room, and I didn't because I started so late. So
when Hannah told me though about the rings and how like that's kind of the new thing, and I go, that's cool because technology being what it is, like the rings, they look sick.
They feel cool.
And
like
it looks like
heavy.
a championship ring. And I can't imagine they cost much more than a trophy used to back in the day. But nobody's going to keep those trophies. However, if my mom kept every championship ring and I had 12 of them or something growing up,
that's cool.
Those are something you can put in one case.
Yeah.
And display them all.
I mean,
and they don't take up a ton of space. It doesn't look like you're taking up a whole room full of trophies from 12th grade.
Those kids on Friday night when they won were so flipping excited, ran out on the field, dogpiled each other, jumped around. And then when we got their rings, went to the restaurant after and got the rings, they were just grinning from ear to ear. It was amazing.
I know there's a certain segment of people who feel like participation trophies are the downfall of our society and our kids. Like, you're teaching them that, striving for excellence and winning doesn't matter. I think kids intrinsically know the difference between winning and not winning.
Yep.
And I also feel like the kid who constantly is on teams but doesn't win the championship and doesn't have any trophies, that if you never reward them for any of their efforts because, well, hey, great season, but you finished 4th, so we don't have any trophies for you, and just constantly do that, even though maybe they're trying their butts off. They may be a good player, but they never win anything. You don't want to damage their confidence and say that their efforts were valueless because they weren't on a winning team as well. So I'm kind of in the middle of it. I certainly understand where you're coming from. Like, participation trophies can delude children into thinking that that's good enough, and I don't need. But I also feel like the other side is even worse.
You know what clicked for me?
Damaging their hopes and dreams forever because they never win anything.
You know what clicked for me is somebody explained it to me this way: is, hey man, you finished the season. Like, you came to practice, you busted your ass. Did you get better? You did. You got better. Here's a medal. Here's a little trophy. But like, you guys busted your ass. You showed up to practice. You did your job. You were coachable. You were kind. You became a great teammate. Hell yeah, I'm going to give you a trophy. I'm going to give you something, to take away from it.
I remember looking at the trophies and rarely thinking like, oh, first place, third place, second place, first place, whatever. It was more just like, That was the Cubs. That was the Angels.
Yeah,
that was the Pirates. Like I had fun on that team.
100%.
It's a way to remember that team.
100%. It was so fun, man. But I wanted to start the show just thanking you guys. You guys both made it very special. Both
we had a great time.
Love you both. Appreciate
Glad
it.
I could fill you with chicken wings.
You really did too. It was great. It was
All right,
so
let's get going here on a Monday. We'll come back.
I was
going to
order them from somewhere else, and he just wouldn't let
I
me
would
go.
not.
He's like, I'm sitting right here. Let me do it. So
There's something that I care about. It's definitely
it's true. I can probably
Good
get
food.
I can probably get food out of him once a week. All right.
No. You're
just-
going to order from where? Never mind. I'm coming
I'll
over.
just do it.
I'll just do it. I'm just going to bring it to you. You can't order from there.
So you just take that off of the Morrissey tab then.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. So obviously we get the employee discount, at the Siegel. Can I take the full
Take
price?
the full. What's the full?
The wings off of
probably $30.
Yeah,
All right, you can go ahead and whack $30 off
Thank
the
you.
Morrissey
and
tab.
it didn't even cost me that much, so I'm getting a great deal out of this.
We're down to like $370. So yeah,
Okay.
a little bit more to work off, but thank you.
And we're by the end of the year, we could be
We'll be
back
square
to
again.
square for
And
next,
then
next
for
Christmas.
next Christmas present. Yeah, you crushed it.
All right, we'll set the menu, and of course, we will congratulate the Seattle Seahawks on their victory
Unbelievable.
in Super Bowl 60. For once, we were all dead right about what was going to happen in a sporting event. We all told you last week. Seahawks big. How about that? Ben and Woods knew what they were talking about. We'll get to all of that coming up next after our first check of traffic with Kelly Danick on a Monday morning with Ben and Woods, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view.
Got a couple of breaking baseball news stories before we set the menu. Might as well get to the early news of the day. The Pittsburgh Pirates have signed Marcell Ozuna to a one-year, $12 million contract right before the start of spring training. It's actually $10.5 million with a $1.5 million buyout for an option year next year. But the former Atlanta Brave heading to Pittsburgh. The Ozuna name had been connected potentially with the Padres as a right-handed bat, someone that might help the Padres with their power issues, but $12 million seems like a fairly large price tag for the Pirates to be paying for Marcell Ozuna, whose numbers have dropped down in the last couple of years. But he's going to go to Pittsburgh. And then a trade this morning, the Boston Red Sox picking up third baseman Caleb Durbin from the Milwaukee Brewers. The highlight going back to Milwaukee is Kyle Harrison, who's the former San Francisco Giants pitching prospect that was the centerpiece of the Rafael Devers trade. So essentially, they've parlayed Rafael Devers into Caleb Durbin a season later.
Which is what you dream of if you're a Red Sox fan. Hey, how can we take one of our best players and get Caleb Durbin for him? Yeah, they had Jordan Hicks. They traded him. They had Kyle Harrison. They traded him. There was another piece. I'm not sure who that is. I don't remember exactly who it is. But the Red Sox also picked up shortstop Andrew Monasterio, second baseman Anthony Siegler, and a Comp B pick. The Brewers also gave up second baseman David Hamilton and left-handed pitcher Shane Drohan. So it was a 6-player trade with a Comp B pick thrown in as well. And again, I think Caleb Durbin to the Red Sox makes a lot more sense to me than Kyle Harrison to the Brewers, except that, our pal Cespedes Family Barbecues, they tweeted, the Brewers know what they're doing. The Brewers know what they're doing. The Brewers know what they just over and over. And then at the end it said, what are the Brewers doing? It's not that they have some ready-made third base prospect, ready to come up and fill that role, as far as I know. That being said, getting rid of all of the pieces you got back from Rafael Devers inside of 6 months or whatever is it's weird to me. But for whatever reason, they pulled the trigger this morning. So we'll see how that works out for him. But nice to see a little action early on a Monday morning.
Yeah, still a number of starting pitchers available on the market. Padres are definitely interested. And I think it's key because with pitchers and catchers reporting tomorrow, pitchers want to know where they're going soon.
We keep saying that, but it keeps not happening.
But if you don't show up in the first couple of weeks of spring training, then you're probably, behind the pace that you'd need to set to get ready for the season. And I get guys can start throwing on their own and ramping up on their own, but it's not the same as, working with your new pitching coach and mechanical staff and trainers and everything to get ready for the season.
Well, you've already lost the entire off-season program that your new team had, could have had in place for you. You've lost that. Now these guys are all veterans, the guys that are still out there remaining, the Giolitos, the Chris Bassetts, guys like that. They'll be fine. Assimilate right in with whatever team they go to.
But
again,
I don't think they want to wait another 3 weeks to sign.
I agree.
I think
agree
we'll see some of those signings this week. I've got to imagine that at least a couple of those guys are going to have to put ink to paper here pretty soon. Will it be with the Padres? I have no idea.
But if you're Justin Verlander and you're 65 years old,
I think Verlander and Scherzer are both a different story. They can wait a little bit longer. Yeah. But they're like Chris Bassett, though. I don't think he wants to sign in mid-March. And then
here's an interesting: is Chris Bassett young or old?
What is his age?
No. What's your guess? Because I'm like
32.
Okay, I was going to say 36. So I feel
you're
like
right. No, you're exactly right. 36, older than I thought.
That was a guess. Yeah. That was a full-on guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Older than I thought.
And Giolito is isn't he 30 or 28 even?
See, now I would have thought, before that Lucas Giolito might have been older, but he's 31.
31.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Probably had him reversed in my mind.
Yeah. All right. So Giolito out there. Let's get him into camp. Let's get Chris Bassett. Let's get something going down in the arm barn there, Ben.
Here's what we've got coming up on the program today. Obviously, we'll talk about the Super Bowl. Later in the show, we can get into the commercials, halftime show, thoughts on everything that went down yesterday in Santa Clara with the Aztecs. An impressive road win. Well, I don't know if beating Air Force is ever impressive, but they certainly did it convincingly.
They did it well,
which
yes.
is nice.
That was impressive.
Doesn't hurt you. It's a lot of guys who had a solid game on the road, and now they've got a week off until Saturday until they return home. So a chance to potentially get healthier. We can talk a little San Diego State basketball at 7:20. Don't do this. 7:35. Craig Elston will join us for his weekly conversation. We can get ready for SDFC's game tomorrow. The second game in their series against Pumas Unam in the CONCACAF Champions Cup in Mexico City. We'll talk some Padres baseball as well, of course. All guests on Bennett Woods appear on the David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. In the second half, take on Woods, we have another weekly prize. Is this correct, Paulie? We have
new
concert tickets. Last week was Guns N' Roses. This week, Woods, 9 Inch Nails at Pechanga Arena. And that one's less than a month away. So if you want to win some concert tickets again, you'll have a chance to take on Woods coming up at 8:20 this morning.
What a show that will be. And I can't win.
You cannot win. Well, if you win all 5, we have never really determined with the bosses if we can make that a rule, that if you sweep the week and no one qualifies, if you just get to keep the tickets for yourself.
I bought tickets to go see them. And it wasn't going to work in L.A. On the little mini tour last year.
Maybe Ben can buy you tickets to see him next month.
And then they'll cancel.
Now there's an idea, Paulie. Where is it at? It's
Pechanga Arena.
Oh, it's at Pechanga.
Yeah.
Okay. That's doable.
If you want.
Isn't it on like a Tuesday night or something?
It's March 9th. What do we think March 9th is? That's exactly 1 month from today, which means it's a Monday.
Correct.
Yeah, you're right.
Monday night concert.
It's tough scene, dude. Don't really want to go to that one completely and totally sober, I think. Like not totally sober. Like you want
to have to get up in the morning and to do a radio show on a Tuesday.
Of course they play San Diego on a Monday. Of course they do. Of course they do.
Because they were
Are we
playing
not
LA
good enough for
LA
even like a Thursday?
No, or a Friday.
Is that our lot in life?
We are the Monday, Tuesday crowd. That's what we are here. That's fine. I'd rather live here and be the Monday, Tuesday crowd than be the Friday, Saturday crowd anywhere else. But what a great show that's going to be. I saw a lot of videos from that tour. They sound unbelievable. I've never seen them play. I have to see them. So that will be potentially on the docket on a Monday. We'll just suck it up on the 10th.
9 o'clock hour, our biggest fan announcement, and our Rhino report, which is going to include, I don't know, every day over the next 2 weeks, but certainly today, a Winter Olympics update from Milan Cortina on what's been going on for Team USA at the Olympic Games. So that'll be our 9 o'clock hour.
Apparently, the old switch, when you turn 50, all these switches flip inside of you. And you start liking things that you really never liked before. And I have found myself all in on the Winter Olympics. Like, hey, babe, what time's the thing start, right? Like, all in.
I really the Quad God.
Quad God was unbelievable. Quad God. He's unreal. He's unreal. And I've just found myself being way into it this year. My wife loves it. And so maybe I'm finally, you get old, you get a little softer. And I've really enjoyed it this year. It's been fun. The downhill skiing.
The tragedy of Lindsey Vonn.
Lindsey Vonn was horrible. But watching those people go down those mountains at 90 miles an hour doing those turns, it's just incredible. They're so good at what they do. Curling was great. Like, all of it's great.
Husband-wife curling team that just yells at each other the whole time.
So good. Yeah, we need to get audio of that.
Some good stories for sure. We'll start, though, with Super Bowl 60. The Seahawks dominating performance against the Patriots. Get to that after a check of traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the San Diego District Attorney's Office. Well, it's kind of looking like the Monday after Super Bowl Sunday, guys. I'm not showing any incidents, accidents, no brake lights. Yeah, you're good to go out of the South Bay. The bridge in good shape heading over to Coronado. No delays out of the East County just yet. South 15, South 5 both look great coming down from the North County. Falsely reporting your car as stolen or intentionally getting into an accident for the insurance payout is illegal. The San Diego County District Attorney's Office and the California Department of Insurance work together to investigate this costly fraud. For more information, visit SanDiegoDA.com or call 1-800-315 7672. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben and Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Don't interrupt, Kelly.
Come on, you can't do that.
Can't do this,
I
Kelly.
had to. Falsely reporting your car is stolen or lying about an accident.
I've only once reported my car is stolen, and it was not a false report. I told you about that.
Oh,
With
yes, your
right
car.
out of a garage.
Yes.
Dang it.
Your
Right out of our garage.
I don't know anyone on the planet that has gotten there. I have never met another human soul
Oh my God.
that had their car stolen except
It's
for
a crazy
him.
feeling when you park in the garage at night and you come out in the morning
And
and
your
you open the
car's
garage and it's not there. It's like you feel insane. Like what?
You're like, no, I
know,
did I park in the visitors?
Well, yeah, where did I park? I wandered around the
drunk
parking
last
lot. Like,
night?
did I park outside and not remember? How could it not be there?
Some SOB really stole your car.
Right out of the garage.
Who was it?
No, never caught the fellow or
SOB.
lady possibly that stole the.
How did they get in your garage?
F you. They say that they have these frequency scanners to like hit garage door frequencies,
Yeah.
and they'll just randomly go through apartment complex. We lived in an apartment complex, and if they're lucky, they'll hit a couple that'll open garages with their like
What-
scanner broadcasters.
What kind of car was it?
It was a Honda Accord.
This dude decided, I'm risking it all for this. What year? 98.
This was probably 2002.
I'm risking it all
Yeah.
for this 2001 Honda Accord. I'm going to get in. I'm going to hotwire it
Right.
and get it out of this guy's garage.
Yeah.
You get the garage open, you're like, you still now you got to hotwire the car.
Is
You're
the
gonna break in.
Paulie, it begs the question: is the juice worth the squeeze on that? You know what I mean?
Oh,
He-
squirrely. That's the worst story. He says he got his car stolen and then he got a bunch of photo tickets for like running red lights from the person who stole their car. I
That's-
assume there's a way you can get out of those. Hopefully, like this car was stolen. That's not me.
619 Pops. I was a cop for 31 years. I never heard of a car stolen from a garage. 31 years.
I mean,
in the
maybe the
business.
police officers who responded made up a story. Like, yeah, we don't know. Maybe that's what they did, but that's what they told me when they.
Oh, that's a good point. Hondas are one of the
Yes,
most
I was told that as
stolen
well.
cars. That's
Yeah.
true. It's a good point. The guy
It was like Honda Accords and like Toyota Camrys.
risked it all for you feel violated.
Oh, yeah.
So creepy. I'm sorry that happened to you.
Thank you. I'm over it.
I'm glad you
It's
didn't-
20. It was a quarter century ago
I'm
at
glad
this
you
point.
didn't
So
lie about it being
I
stolen
did
and have
not.
it hidden
I did
somewhere
not.
else just to get the insurance.
No.
money. That's what Kelly was warning against. So go ahead.
if it sounds like we're kind of stalling and delaying talking about the Super Bowl, probably true because we don't really need more than a few minutes
Yeah.
to discuss the game yesterday, do we? The Seattle Seahawks were by far the better team.
Oh yeah.
The defense, it's never the most appealing watch when defenses are clearly better than offenses.
Unless you're Wade Phillips or something watching
Right.
it. You know what I mean? If you're a defensive
you can really
coordinator.
appreciate a good four-man rush beating an offensive line, which was the story yesterday.
Yeah.
The Seahawks didn't need to blitz, which meant they could drop 7 guys into coverage. So Drake May had no one to throw to in the second or two that he had before the Seahawks pass rush was on him.
Well, and
and it
even
quickly got in his head, and he looked very rattled for most of the game.
even when he did have, Collinsworth was just belaboring the point. They did a highlight package, or I guess a low light package, as it were, on Drake May. He's at Collinsworth. I can't believe he's missing. Look at this. He's wide open. There's nobody there. How do you miss this throw? Like, to be in the Super Bowl, to have some opportunities. Now, again, let's say he hits each one of those 6 passes that they showed in that low light package. Does it change the game very much? I don't think so.
Closer game, but
closer potentially.
I don't think it changes the outcome.
He's absolutely right. Drake May, from the opening play, he was under duress. You know, their first offensive possession, he was under duress. It was like that all night. So much credit goes to Seattle's defense. Just a tough order for the O-line of the Patriots. They ran the ball not well until later in the game. But these were 2 teams at the beginning. They're just kind of feeling each other out. And the Seahawks are like, bro, we will absolutely settle for 3 right now. Absolutely settle for these 3 because we don't think you can score.
Yeah.
We don't
And
think
they were
you
right.
can score. And they were right.
Drake May did admit after the game that he got a pain injection for his shoulder.
Yeah.
So he was dealing with that likely sprained AC joint in his shoulder a couple of weeks. Whether it affected his accuracy, throwing. Maybe we'll never know for sure, but I'm going to tend to give credit to the Seattle Seahawks defense for the Super Bowl win, and I'll give credit to Sam Darnold, who did what he has done the last 2 years. Enough to win.
Correct.
Okay, 2 straight seasons of doing enough to win in the vast majority of his games.
We're so quick to label guys like him. He's just a game manager. That's not always the worst thing.
Bro, it's actually sometimes the best thing is to have a guy that you don't have to worry about doing really goofy stuff. He's not going to try to, force a lot of passes, balls into triple coverage. Like he made a couple wobbly throws early. Receiver,
he missed some too.
He missed some too. Yeah,
he had one where JSN was wide
open, and then he had Cooper Kupp on an easy out route, and he was like, oh, and listen, it's the biggest game of his life. I really was pulling for him. Now, this is the second USC quarterback that I found myself pulling for. I really pulled for Caleb because I like that kid a lot, and I found myself really rooting for Sam Darnold, journeyman guy, giving up on. To have this opportunity to come in and hell yeah, you won the Super Bowl because of your defense, but you also didn't do anything to lose your team the Super Bowl, bro. You didn't.
You don't quarterback in a vacuum. You assess the strengths of your team and go, all right, you know what's most important? It's not that I complete a bunch of 35-yard passes. It's that I don't turn the ball over.
Correct.
Because that's how we're going to win this game.
Give my defense some time to catch their breath because they are dominating this team.
Let's get a couple first downs. If we have to punt, we punt. And how about the special teams of the Seahawks? How many times were they pinned, deep down in there where you're like, these guys can't move this ball 97 yards. There's just no way. I was so happy for Sam. Happy for my USC friends. They finally are off the schneid. Very first USC quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. And it's Sam Darnold. And their great legacy. It's Sam Darnold that gets it done. And
what a sign of when USC and Notre Dame come together.
Yes.
What good things can happen.
Julian Love. Oh, Julian Love with a huge, huge pick. I was so happy for him. It was great. It was great to see they dominated that game. And sometimes in a Super Bowl you watch it and you're like, I wish it was closer. But when you have a rooting interest, you're like, no, I want to see Seattle cover, because we all said that they would win and cover. And
I said tease it up.
Oh, yeah, but you actually said tease up, which would have been a really, really nice play. I thought it was, it was great. If it works out the way you wanted it to, I think it's a good Super Bowl.
Sure.
And that's how I thought it would work out.
Congratulations to Chula Vista's Jason Myers, who set a Super Bowl record with his 5 field goals, although I disagree with whoever it was in the chat said he should have won the Super Bowl MVP award. I think Kenneth Walker III was a very worthy choice. If you're a kicker, all Jason Myers did was not screw up the most basic of kicks.
Correct.
He didn't kick any 55-yarders. He didn't have any pressure ones at the end of the game. He just didn't screw up anything. That's not winning an MVP.
But in a game like that, it's that ground ball to shortstop that you get 12 times. You made all 12 outs.
Right.
You didn't do anything. But how valuable is that to winning that game?
It's valuable. But if all your shortstop did was field every ground ball cleanly in Game 7 of the World Series, probably still not giving him the series MVP award. He did what he was supposed to do. What he is basically paid to do is make very makeable kicks over and over again. Congratulations. But Kenneth Walker, I got to say, didn't watch a ton of him. He was awesome. A very enjoyable watch. He was
such a fun watch. Yeah. Just think, he may be the most patient quarterback I've ever seen. Watch him. Skip to my He was great.
That was great. That was great broadcasting by Collinsworth as well. I thought Tirico had a great game. We can talk about some of the other parts, the commercials, the halftime show. But
you know what was cool? The coolest part for me, my wife was way into it. My kids were way into it. And we had a couple neighbor kids come over and watch with us. It was really, I was like, all right, now everyone's kind of getting into the spectacle of it. And that was a lot of fun.
All right. So that's a quick look at the game. We'll talk more about the rest of it later in the program. Did have a little San Diego State basketball win, remaining in first place, but still very much on the NCAA tournament bubble. Talk about that coming up next year on Ben and Woods. I just heard some very sweet words come out of Woods' mouth during the break. He said, really want to talk about the WM Phoenix Open.
Well,
and
there's
I'm
a
like, oh, that is, I love that. I love to hear that.
There's a lot to talk about. It's gotten a little bit out of control there.
It's been out of control for years.
It has.
That's what they're known for.
It is.
It's the People's Open.
We can parse it though. I think there's a way. I think there's a way to do it right and a way to do it wrong. And I thought it got a little bit squirrely on Sunday.
Okay. You want to talk about it later?
Yeah, talk about it later.
I'll talk about it later then.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about some golf talk.
That's like dirty texting to you, right? I said, hey, let's talk. I texted you yesterday. I said, this waste management ending is proving to be pretty interesting.
It was very interesting.
Very.
If you missed it.
The stupid playoff is right when the Super Bowl started.
It wasn't going to be a playoff, and then Hideki Matsuyama bogeyed the last hole, and then lost in the first hole of the playoff to Chris Gotterup. They both beat Scotty Scheffler by one shot, but we'll talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some San Diego State basketball. Saturday, did watch some of the game, although it really wasn't much of a game after falling behind 5-0 in the opening minutes in the non-televised portion of the competition, because once again it was supposed to be on FS1, but there was a women's game that was running long. So I did my due diligence and popped over to FS2, and I go, nope, that's a soccer game. And then I saw in the crawl that said we'll be starting the game on the Fox Sports app, which I didn't have downloaded onto my phone, which meant I just had to wait until
by that game was already on TV.
The game was on TV. Aztecs were up 8-5, so they had bounced back with an 8-0 run, turned into a 23-2 run. Early in the game, and that was pretty much it. It got so bad that Air Force's interim head coach, who is only taking over because their regular head coach Joe Scott is on suspension pending an investigation over the treatment of his players, had called 3 timeouts in the first 14 minutes. I don't know that I've ever seen that in a college, but he got 4 in the whole game. He had taken 3 of them in the first half of the first half, trying to stem what was an unstemmable Aztecs tide against Air Force, which is a winless team. It was really the final like free spot on the bingo board for the Aztecs in the conference season. They have 7 games left in conference play now. They're tied for first place with Utah State at 11-2. And those 2 teams have created some separation from the rest of the Mountain West. Everyone else, Grand Canyon, Nevada, New Mexico now all have 4 losses or more. So it really seems like it could be a 2-team race down the stretch for the Mountain West regular season title. The question, though, is after, solid performance, BJ Davis had a good bounce back game after he had been kind of in the torture chamber after missing that free throw late against Grand Canyon that led to the loss, and had a couple of bad games, but he shook it off with a good game. Miles Heide had a really solid performance. Farrell Compton was good. Jeremiah Oden was good, all in double figures in the game on Saturday. But the question is, how many of these last 7 do the Aztecs need to win to get themselves off the bubble? Right now on ESPN's Bubble Watch, they were referred to as the bubbliest of bubble teams.
God.
The metrics are right on the borderline. The resume is right on the borderline of what could or could not get into the NCAA tournament.
68 teams get in, and they're right between 68 and 70 on the rankings.
Like 23 of those are automatic bids for lower conferences. So when you're talking about an at-large berth, I think you have to be one of the top 45, 46 teams in the country. And right now, metrically, the Aztecs are 44, 43, 42, right there. They don't have any, really impressive wins. I think their only quad 1 win is the win at Nevada. They have that quad 3 loss against Troy that we said at the time was going to be an albatross around their necks for the rest of the season, and it has been. If they hadn't lost that, they'd be comfortably in the NCAA tournament. Because they lost that game, they're on the bubble. So what do they need to do the rest of the way? And, Mark Ziegler wrote about it in the UT. They go 7-0, they're in clearly.
Yeah.
6-1, probably safe. 5-2.
That's the ulcer, he called
it. That's the
ulcer.
I don't know. And remember, they've got tough games down the stretch. Now, more of them are at home, which is good, but they still have to go to New Mexico. They still have to go to Boise State, which Boise State's not great, but it's not an easy place for the Aztecs to play. Never has been an easy place. And they still have to play UNLV. UNLV always gets up for the San Diego State game. That's not going to be an easy one either. And you've got Utah State coming to Viejas Arena in what will be the game of the season in the Mountain West near the end of the play. I mean, it's a very interesting last 4 weeks of the regular season now here for the Aztecs.
Yeah, but again, the beauty of this is it's in your hands. It's there in front of you.
You have a bailout.
You got a bailout.
If you suffer another bad loss and you're off bubble watch, even you have the bailout of the Mountain West, the conference tournament.
Which is, you want to talk about ulcers. Go 5-2 in the rest of the games in conference, and you have an ulcer. But if you win that tournament, I mean, if you go into that tournament having to win to get into the tournament, you'll be a wreck. You're going to be a wreck.
Even if you were the number 2 seed,
right?
You still know. Well, I mean, that means you're probably going to have to play a New Mexico in the semifinals and a Utah State in the finals.
You got to show let's say they finished 6-1 in conference, then they get to the tournament. They still have to have a really good showing there, right?
Yeah, well, at least win one game.
Win one.
We'll get to the final, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to have a bad loss in the first round of the tournament.
How many teams do you think are going to make it out of the Mountain West into the tournament? 2 at most.
It's 2 or 3 probably this year. They've been a 4 or 5 bid conference in recent years, but this year it's probably either 2 or 3. And right now Utah State's pretty comfortably in, which means it's either New Mexico and San Diego State or New Mexico or San Diego State. So that game at New Mexico is a huge one as well. They win that one. That's February 28th, last day of this month. You win that one, well, you've got a pretty convincing argument. You swept New Mexico. You deserve it more than they do, So that's a huge game as well. The game against Utah State's a Wednesday night game later this month on February 25th at Viejas Arena. That's going to be a huge one also. So, lots of big games left for the Aztecs. You got home Nevada, home Grand Canyon, at Colorado State. That's not been an easy place for them to play. Colorado State's not great. Home Utah State, at New Mexico, at Boise State, home UNLV to wrap up the conference season.
Any more? That's it, right?
That's it. 7. Those are the 7 remaining games, and then the Mountain West tournament.
Okay. Yeah, it's right there in front of you. You know what to do.
When's their next game? They're off this whole
They're
week?
going to bye this week. They play home against Nevada, 7 o'clock Saturday night at Viejas Arena. And hopefully, that week will allow LZ Harrington, possibly Magoon Guaf to get back into the lineup.
He's still out.
Miles Bird's been banged up too. He
was iffy for the game. He
was iffy. He played. He didn't play particularly well. I think he got 23, 24 minutes. So he played a good amount, but he's not right. And you're hoping you can use the bye week here to get right.
I do think that Brian Dutcher was correct when he said the team is going to get better as the season goes on. They are getting better.
Yeah.
Overall. Not every player is, excelling every game, but when you look at the Aztecs in total, even with the injuries, they seem to be playing better brand of basketball. I mean, their only 2 losses were by 1 point at Grand Canyon.
Yep.
Could have, should have won that game. And a game at Utah State that they were up 11 in the first half and 7 in the second half and got cold down the stretch and ended up losing by 5. Those are their only 2 losses this calendar year since January 1st. Sure. I mean, they've played good basketball now for the better part of, a month and a half. It's been pretty solid basketball.
You still don't have a lot of confidence, though. They're not rounded into form.
I mean, what they're doing now is they're taking care of business against bad opponents. They're not letting the Air Forces and Colorado States hang around in these games. They're pretty much, taking care of business and wiping the floor with the teams they're supposed to wipe the floor with.
Fair enough.
And last year's team didn't do that. Remember, they needed a buzzer beater to win at Air Force last year against a team that went 1-19. An overtime buzzer beater by Wayne McKinney to beat a team that went 1-19 in the conference. Not this time. They won by 34. And it wasn't even particularly that close at the end. They had the walk-ons at the end of the game. Dutch actually, because, they have a tendency at the end of games like this to take their foot off the gas, which can hurt them in the metrics. Sure. Yeah, you may be winning by 35, but if they go let the other team go on a run and you only win by 20, that's going to hurt you in the metrics. So he said, if we win by at least 36, I'm giving you 2 straight days off. And then they put in the walk-ons, and again, that's not really fair. If Cam Lewin hits a 3-pointer, one of the walk-ons. I'll give you 2 days off. He hit one right inside the line. He goes, good enough. I'm giving you 2 days off, because he always intended to give them 2 days off.
100%.
They've been working really hard, and they deserve a couple of days off. So he had to change his rules a little bit, but they did.
Always nice when you get those guys more than like 30 seconds in a game. Like Thakbar got in with like 7.5 minutes to go, and you're like, all right, you can put this one on ice.
Yeah, love it.
Just
Big win.
also means that, less chance of injury for your better players when they're out there, because we've seen late injuries, cost the Aztecs late in the game. But Reese Dixon-Waters was out there after he had, stepped on that ankle in the previous game. A lot of guys can use this week off for sure. Yeah. That should help San Diego State going forward.
Let's talk Waste Management Open here, because I saw the ending, and listen, I know it's the crazy tournament. I know it's the people's tournament. It got way out of control, and we'll do a story and don't do this too, that is going to tie into this as well. Like Broccoli had enemy number one, made an appearance. Won't be making any more appearances at PGA events, but you saw Hideki Matsuyama over a putt to win yesterday, long par putt, and you heard somebody right as he pulled his putter away, like said something, get in the hole, something. He had to back off, right? Reset, missed the putt, ended up losing in the playoff. Now, he had a shot before that he really, really, the shot
sculled one from the fairway bunker off the lip, and it ended up 50 yards short of the green.
So he's pretty rattled anyway.
And it wasn't, for a PGA Tour guy, that wasn't that hard of a shot.
No, not for him.
He just missed it. I mean, he had been so off with his driver. It was in a miracle he was 4 under in the lead.
Yep.
Because he was in bad spots all day long. But
he was up in the woods.
Great short game kept him ahead. And
scrambled
he
crazy.
Scrambled his way until the last hole when he kind of fell apart. But I did feel bad for him. And then when they went to the playoff and he was hitting his tee shot, he was in full, at the top of his swing, starting to come down when someone yelled, and he just pulled up right before he hit the golf ball and stopped.
He didn't hit it though.
He didn't hit it. He did stop.
But I heard a rumor that it was a staffer that dropped a chair. I've heard it was somebody yelling. It's a little bit crazy. Now, again, we've talked before about golf. Like, you tell me these guys, tennis players and golf players, you can't hit a shot with noise behind you. All of us duffers do it baseball players got to go out there and face 100 mile an hour and 97 mile an hour sliders and splinkers and all kinds of crap. People screaming at them. It's different. It is different for me. But here's the thing. If it's a constant roar,
which it usually is there,
constant roar is easier.
The problem is when it gets to the tense, dramatic moments,
when
and everyone's
silent,
when the crowd all locks in and they're silent,
and then the guy drops the,
and then you hear the
when
noise.
You swing,
that's what was, I think, unfortunate. And then he hit it. He tried again and hit it in the water on the refire on the second shot, and ended up got her up, made a birdie anyway.
Yeah,
rolled in. I mean that kid Chris got her
really good.
You probably don't know him very well, but he kind of came on last year, and he is already up to number 5 in the world. The guy looks like an every man from New Jersey. Yep. Just a normal kind of. I mean, he's an athlete for sure. He hits the ball a mile. Just takes like a almost baseball-y like swing and just hits the ball. He's one of the best drivers of the ball in the world. But you look at him and you go, that's the number 5 ranked golfer in the world. Just looks like some normal dude out on the golf course.
It was an excellent tournament. It did get a little rowdy. It always does. I'm not clutching my pearl. I do think if it's quiet, let's make it quiet. If it's loud, let's make it loud, right? And I don't think you should be a guy lines up for a 25 footer to win the tournament. I don't know that it should be a dull roar behind him.
That's tough. It's that right in between.
It's the tweener.
It's the worst thing that everyone's finally paying attention, because no one pays attention to golf at a golf tournament. I mean, I watched the Farmers Insurance Open last week. You're having conversations.
You're drinking. You're having fun.
Drinking, having fun. But all of a sudden, it's the last hole of the tournament. Everyone's locked in.
Yeah.
And that's actually the worst possible thing for the golfers at that point.
The pressure cooker was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, yeah, congrats to Goddard. He was awesome.
Although they're all lucky that Scotty just had a bad Thursday.
Yeah.
He shot 2 over in the first round. Everyone's gone, he's going to miss the cut. His streak, just like Xander's
finished
streak.
third, right?
Ended up finishing 1 shot back after shooting a 65, 67, 64 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If he had just had a normal round for Scotty, even not a good round on Thursday, he would have won again, going away easily, because he does nothing but finish in the top 10. He has now the longest streak of top 10 finishes on the PGA Tour since Billy Casper, like San Diego's Billy Casper, 60, 70 years ago. Even Tiger Woods has never had a streak of finishing in the top 10 like Scotty Scheffler's doing right now. He is by far the best golfer in the world, and he will be competing this week at Pebble Beach, AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. It's the first elevated signature event. Rory McIlroy's there. You'll have the best field. He is still the overwhelming favorite as they go to Pebble with his first and third place finishes in his first two tournaments this season. He is just better than everybody else.
He is.
Good golf talk.
Yeah, good golf talk.
I enjoyed that.
It was such great golf talk.
Really good golf talk.
Boogie says they're really talking kids sports and golf a day after the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Welcome to Ben and Woods. The Super Bowl was fine. Yeah, we covered the Super Bowl at 6:30.
It was fine.
It was fine.
I don't know what else we're supposed to say. I mean, we will get into the halftime show.
I can get
and
into
commercials
the defensive
stuff.
schemes and things if you want. I mean, I'm very well versed in the defensive schemes, and
you were a temporary defensive coordinator
I got fired from that, and we've won two championships since. So know your role, I guess. But
if the Padres had literally anything happen over the weekend, we would have probably started there.
Yeah, you're right.
Just didn't really have anything.
Nothing. It's all right. We'll be
excited
fine.
for pitchers and catchers tomorrow.
Me too. That excitement lasts all of 3 minutes. When pitchers and catchers report.
Yeah, we deal with this every year. It's that grind through the off season, and then all right, pitchers and catchers there, but you still, you got a couple little updates here and there to talk about.
What are you going to break down tomorrow about pitchers and catchers?
Then we get to those spring training games, and we're like, hey, baseball's back. We've made it. And I'm like, let's remember, we're going to talk about this game for about 30 seconds tomorrow.
We've made it. When we get to opening day, that's when. That's when.
But we will have coverage tomorrow. Craig Stammen will meet with the media. Sammy's on his way out.
I believe Sammy will be on tomorrow morning.
Out to spring training, so we'll have our daily updates with Sam Levitt. Of course, all those daily updates are going to be brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Next up for us, though, is Don't Do This.
Just said it, man. Broccoli enemy number 1.
All right, that is next after a check of traffic with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, San Diego, an incredible place to live, but let's be honest, it's not getting any cheaper. Housing, healthcare, taxes, groceries, it all adds up. And when people start thinking about retirement, one fear rises to the top. What if my money doesn't last? That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. TRAJAN Wealth.com. Trajan Wealth's fiduciary advisors help people build retirement strategies designed for today's reality, factoring in inflation, market uncertainty, and the real cost of living right here in San Diego. They take the time to understand your goals and your comfort level because no two retirements look the same. Trajan Wealth has offices in Carlsbad and Del Mar, and I think they've just opened one downtown as well. I'm going to check on that, but I did hear something over the weekend. They work with people who want confidence, not constant financial stress. If this has been on your mind, start with a conversation. Call 619-367-0207. Again, 619-367-0207. You can also learn more anytime at TRAJANwealth.com. That's TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios, we know how. It is time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers. Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it,
enjoy it.
And enjoy it. I will start with a story from the NBA that apparently breaks no rules, but somehow is still a really bad look. I'm talking about
how does this not break rules?
I'm talking about Giannis. Just after the trade deadline was over on, I think it was Friday, posting this statement on his Twitter account. Everyone is online. The internet is full of opinions. I decided it was time to make some of my own. Today, I'm joining Kalshi as a shareholder. We all on Kalshi now. Giannis Antetokounmpo of the Milwaukee Bucks, but kind of looks bad because it comes just after Kalshi drew more than $23.3 million in basically, gambling
futures
picks, over whether or not Giannis was going to be traded from the Bucks. Now, he doesn't decide whether he's traded or not, and NBA rules are pretty clear that you can invest, you can even represent, gambling interests as long as you don't gamble yourself on the NBA. And Giannis apparently has not broken any rules in doing this, but a lot of people are pointing out looks like a conflict of interest. It's certainly opens you up to a lot of speculation as to what's going on. I thought it was a joke when he posted it originally.
I did too,
but it's not. It's absolutely serious.
Then crazy. The numbers came out, and again, the rumor mill about Giannis was not started by Giannis, right? Like, everyone was saying he may be traded. He didn't obviously do anything to dispel those rumors. And then it's, where's he going to go? Is it LA? Is it Miami? And people can go into Kalshi or whatever, and I'm going to put $500 and he goes to the Heat. And then Giannis comes out, all smiles and is like, I'm on Kalshi now. It's just, again,
you feel played almost.
You feel played a little bit.
Well, it's in his interest now to drive up speculation.
correct. Yeah.
As opposed to just being honest and going, I've heard I'm probably not going anywhere. Whatever. He can't.
You
He
can't.
says that. It changes the
changes
Kalshi
the-
market on
changes
everything.
the lines,
Now,
man.
he's not, again, if he's not actually betting himself on it, I guess he doesn't violate any rules, but it's a little problematic to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, I think there's a big difference between putting a few bucks on a game or putting, a fantasy football together, or even obviously daily fantasy, which I talk about regularly. And this is essentially betting on real world events. People are betting on wars. And it's like,
it's wild.
It's disgusting.
that to me is a totally different. This is a totally different thing we're talking about.
Yeah. It's pretty obvious we're just cooked as a society moving forward.
Oh,
We know that. Yeah. We're definitely on the path of being just cooked completely. Speaking of, this ties in perfectly. If you don't know who Jack Doherty is, consider yourself one of the lucky ones. I don't know how, but this guy comes up in my feed way too much. He is a YouTube streamer. And now he started pretty innocently, guys, about 15 years ago. He was a bottle flip guy, right? Like, hey, what's up? It's Jack Doherty. I'm flipping bottles. My kid's doing
Making them land.
Yeah, the kid. Yeah.
Name was
land.
Lamb.
Yeah.
I think he was like one of the first ones.
He's like bottle guy. That was
Like,
his whole bit.
viral video. Yeah.
And he's making YouTube videos.
flipping the water bottle.
Yeah, flip it. And then, check rolls in. You're like, oh, well, I got to raise the game. It's gotten out of control with Jack Doherty. In fact, like last year, he was live streaming and got in an auto accident and almost killed a couple of people in his like Lamborghini or Ferrari or something. I think he's 23 years old, something like that.
He's the biggest little.
He's the biggest.
twerp
Such a
that needs to get his ass kicked.
He's such a twerp. He runs around with security guards. Like he would walk up to you, Ben, and be like, "What are you going to do?" And push you, and you do anything, and you get your ass kicked by his security guards. He's that guy. He's just
Honesty
a little
Legal
instigator.
Department says do not follow Paulie Randall's advice and actually beat anyone. He was just
metaphorically
Yes. saying that.
Of course.
So he goes to, and of course, what kind of haircut does he have? The mark of the twerp, the broccoli head. He is like public enemy number one for broccoli heads. Look at that. You see his face? Paulie's probably going to put it in the chat. But so he goes out to the Waste Management Open, and he's standing around, and he's always got a crowd around him. There's cameras and everything. So he offers a guy $100 to yell something in the back of Mackenzie Hughes's backswing. And of course, the guy's like, "Yeah, I'll take $100. Check this out."
Will any of you guys yell jackass on his backswing for $100? What do I gotta yell? Just jackass or something. Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy. Yell more. So excited. Jackass!
He does it.
That's $100. I got you. It wasn't me. Tell him. They think it was me.
You gotta go. Okay. They know it was against the law.
I didn't do anything.
You're gonna get trespassed. These guys both do this all the time. You're gonna get trespassed from the course. I'm gonna escort you out of here with no issues, right?
All right, cool. Yeah, but I didn't say anything. We just filmed him do it. Guys, we just got kicked out of Waste Management in Arizona. Look at all these cops right here.
Jack.
Here's the PGA Tour official.
Sure.
What are you doing here?
Not sure. Just, enjoying the Waste Management.
Don't do this. All right. Let's
Sure.
We know exactly what you're doing. Okay. Know exactly what you were doing. So the result of that, we're trespassing you. If you come back here again before this tournament's over, you'll be arrested, and then you'll go through that whole process.
Sure.
And
He actually got an actual don't do this.
And he got banned from any future PGA Tour event. So all of you PGA pearl clutchers, Benny, myself probably included, don't worry about Jack Doherty showing up. He's also a Dodger fan too, so that really
checks out.
It tracks so hard. He's probably a Seahawks fan today, if I had to guess. Big Seahawks guy. I'm telling you, man, like I have two little boys. And I need to be around. That's one of the things is like I've learned I really need to keep myself alive as they grow up, because if this was one of my kids, I would be so disappointed. I would feel like I failed. And his dad's probably like, guy makes, way more than you do. Okay, fine. But that's not the measure or the mark of a person. It's I lay in bed at night and go, oh my God, please stay alive. Please keep me alive.
I loved his defense. Well, I didn't do it.
I didn't say it.
I just filmed him and paid him. Yeah, like murder for hire.
Correct.
I didn't kill him.
I didn't do it.
I just paid him $100,000 to
I
do
told
it.
him where to go.
I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
That's so funny. Hey, Money says that's so weak. What about the First Amendment? Okay, like he's got the right to say it, but there's consequences that come with it.
You're on private property at a private event.
Yep.
And
they have rules.
They have a right to throw you out.
You have rules, and they have a right to throw you out for violating their rules.
So good. I just, again, when I was a kid and I popped off, I got my ass beat a few times. It really served me well. It did. It's getting your ass handed to you a couple of times in your life is a rite of passage, and it's something that I think every young man needs. You just get the absolute dog ass kicked out of you, and it absolutely happened to me. So I think it helped me moving forward.
Finally, little do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
How about some refreshing candor for a change, especially from someone involved in the NFL? I'm talking about Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator, Super Bowl winning assistant coach, who, of course, has been rumored the last week to be the next head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. I kind of expected after the game that he was going to do the old, well, just give us a couple days and we'll
hey
let
guys, I'm celebrating with the Seahawks right now.
We'll find out in a couple of days. And he did not.
I know there's a lot of speculation. I'm just really excited for this group of guys right here.
Get in there, celebrate with those guys.
You know what? He was very honest about it during his post-game interview.
What does the future look like as a head coach in this league for you? Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's up to God, and we're gonna enjoy tonight. Yeah.
So no answers on the network.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. You guys know I'm going to Las Vegas, so I'm fired up about it. Tonight, one more for one more night. Hell yeah, I'm going. Of course I'm going.
Just confirmed it right here.
So you are
tried.
going for sure.
He tried to throw that.
You know what? This is stupid.
He tried to throw that fastball.
You all
by
know.
her.
We all know it. I'm just going to admit it. I'm going to Las Vegas.
Going to Las Vegas. I'm excited.
I'm the next coach of the Raiders.
I do love candor, and I love the word candor. It's great.
This is a good word.
It's a good word. Candor.
It's good. Nice word.
Appreciate your candor.
All right, we'll get some
Candor
candor from Craig Elston coming up next. First, that was Don't and Do This for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Talk SDFC, talk the start of spring training, and more. Craig Elston will join us coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000-466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
First, though, you're looking for a fun place to play cards. There's nowhere else you should be going in San Diego other than 7 Mile Casino. It is so easy to get to right down the 5 freeway in Chula Vista. But more importantly, when you walk in, you're going to find a great upscale spot that makes you feel comfortable, makes you want to come back again and again and again.
Yep, that's exactly right. Place for card players. They got Texas Hold'em, Pai Gow, Baccarat, and, of course, California-style blackjack. You will enjoy your time at 7 Mile Casino, and you'll enjoy your time getting there quickly because it's just 7 minutes from downtown.
Food is great at Sammy's at 7 Mile, and it's 24/7. Even Monday at 7:35 a.m., you can stop in, have a bite to eat, play some cards. We have so few 24/7 options in San Diego. I love that 7 Mile Casino. Met someone coming off the overnight shift just recently. I go, perfect, designed for you and your 24/7 lifestyle at 7 Mile Casino. Plus the beautiful views of San Diego, Coronado, the Silver Strand. It's just gorgeous right there on San Diego Bay. Check it out today. 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got another big SDFC game tomorrow night in Mexico City. We got Craig Elston standing by. We will talk soccer. We will talk baseball. We will talk football. As much as we can squeeze in with Craig coming up after a quick check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by Frozen Ropes Baseball and Softball Training Facilities. Accident has cleared on northbound 5 before Plaza Boulevard, so speeds are improving there. Got a collision in the East County, westbound 8, just past Greenfield Drive. Solo vehicle accident blocking the slow lane. Also, South 5 Coastline, right before Delmar Heights Road. We have reports of some sort of debris in the 2 left lanes. Register for Frozen Ropes Baseball Summer League with 8 games and 8 practices for ages 6 through 12 and receive $100 off your registration fee at San Diego FrozenRopes.com. That's San Diego FrozenRopes.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
And joining us now on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline, the man of many hats, the San Diego Soccer's Padres Hot Tub Podcast, the Cro-Maniac himself, Craig Elston, with us on 97.3 The Fan. First, Craig, any thoughts on the game yesterday, Seattle and New England?
Bad Bunny was good. The rest of the game, I wish I had skipped.
There you go.
I saw that. I saw many people say it got decently interesting for, I think we pinned it at about 15 seconds. The game got decently interesting at the end. You're like, ooh, okay. I've seen this story before. And then
Drake May threw a terrible interception, and we knew it was over.
And
again.
then that was over.
Yeah.
That was over.
Yeah.
Well, listen, man, we're baseball people. It's baseball season. Now pitchers and catchers reporting tomorrow, Craig. Slow, slow and slower and slowest for our San Diego Padres. I know we'd be happy if they made a move every day. That's just not the case. But still some guys out there. You know what I did want to ask you too, because I know you're a baseball fan, over a Padres fan too. Give me a couple teams that you're interested in this year, like teams that you've looked at their offseason and went, ooh, okay, because I've got one. I mean, the Pirates to me have done some interesting things. They've added some pretty damn good pieces. I don't know that they're going to compete or contend, but
it's a tough division.
It's a tough division, but I'm looking at it going, oh, I like this. Anybody that is kind of tickling the Craig's fancy right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really interesting question. Certainly the Pirates are spending money, and they need to spend money. They're acting like they would. They're acting like they would if there actually was a floor, and that's one of the reasons I'd like to see someday a floor is because it would force the Reds and the Pirates and the Twins and the Rays to spend money. Every NBA team has to spend up to 90% of the cap. So for a mid-range player, there's never a question of like, well, I don't know, is Michael Porter Jr. even going to get paid? Like, the Dodgers don't need him. It's like, no, there's always room for someone somewhere. So I do appreciate that. I think the Pirates are a decent call. to be perfectly honest, I mean, Seattle is a wagon.
Yeah.
I think Seattle just looks super, super good. And I think the Blue Jays have done most everything they could to better a team that was already good. And, I think the team up in LA.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, that went without saying. Right? Like, they're going to roll out
Did
of
you see
bed.
the funny move that happened with the Dodgers over the weekend, though? So just like 24 days ago, they went and signed Andy Ibanez to a $1.2 million contract, but then they didn't have any room left for him on the roster and had to put him on waivers, and the Las Vegas or Sacramento A's claimed him. So they signed the guy, and less than a month later, they lost him.
Like, nope. No dice. Didn't they pick
Never
up?
mind.
Didn't they pick up Ben Rortvedt again? No?
They did, and they DFA'd Anthony Banda, who's actually led them in appearances last year and has had like a 3.14 ERA.
Makes no sense.
It's not a good sign for the rest of the league that the Dodgers.
Yes, they're just throwing these guys
don't
away.
even have room for good players anymore in their roster. They're so good and so deep that they're just letting go like quality major league players left and right because of roster limitation rules.
Yeah, it's not great. But back to our beloved team, I did like, and it happened after our last discussion, I did like the Andujar signing a good amount. I think he's a better fit. If you think about it, he's basically, again, NBA way. He's like taking Jose Iglesias's mid-level exception, so to speak. He's basically taking Iglesias's deal, his $4 million deal from last year, and making it his own. I think it's a better fit to this roster than Jose Iglesias certainly would be. He's got a chance to be the short side DH or the short side first baseman in the platoon. He's got a decent enough stick that he could hang in against righties if he's swinging it the way he did last year. And if not, it's not as big of a gamble as, for example, your beloved Pirates, with all the players you love, signing Marcell Ozuna, the domestic abuser, today,
correct,
to a $12 million contract that I would have felt really kind of
dirty,
yucky about. Yeah, exactly. If he was a Padres, so I'm happy with this one. I think it was a smart, measured move, and I was reminded by Kevin Acey's article over the weekend that you can go back like 4 years in a row to find him signing a starter about next week. Like it just about next week is when he got Waka, and when he got Pavetta, and when he got Manaya. And that was each of the last 3 seasons. So I'd love to see him pull that rabbit out of the hat, whether it's Bassett or whoever it is, a little bit later next week.
Assuming, Craig, the reporting was accurate, the Padres were a finalist for Paul Goldschmidt before he signed with the New York Yankees on Friday. Does that tell you anything about what AJ's thinking still?
Did we see how much did he get?
4. What was it, 4?
Yeah, he got basically Andujar's deal.
Yeah.
I do think that you could use one more right-handed bat. I do think you could use somebody who had a pretty good glove at first base, which by the way, Miguel Andujar does not, and Gavin Sheets does not. So if you had somebody who could pick it at first base, who's got some right-handed power. Rhys Hoskins is a name that's been linked to this roster before. I think it would make some level of sense. It all comes down to the price. But, my overriding concern about the Padres is not their offense. We're really talking about adding the number 7 hitter into one side of your lineup with the next signing they have. Like, oh, well, this guy will bat 7th against lefties, and that's not going to change the division or the wild card.
Right.
But your 4th starter could change the division or the wild card. So that's the single most important thing that my eye is going to be on between here and the start of the season.
Yeah, no question about it. And like you said, there's names out there. Giolito's out there. Chris Bassett's out there. There's still the potential of a trade somehow, somewhere. I mean, we saw one this morning, Kyle Harrison going over to Milwaukee for Caleb Durbin. That's such an interesting study, what the Giants did with Devers, and now they're the Red Sox have gotten rid of all the pieces that they've got back for Rafael Devers. It's insane business that they do sometimes in the big leagues, Craig. But Giolito is the one that's interesting to me, and I think Bassett is as well. JV and Scherzer, I feel like those guys can kick it for a while. I don't think they need to be worried about reporting tomorrow because they've got a lot of mileage on those tires, and they could kind of take their time.
Yeah, and either one would be a very interesting signing. And not quite the same way that they would be for a different team that had a lot of young starters, where you're like, hey, Max Scherzer's here and he's going to teach the kids the fire.
Right.
Well, I mean, Joe Musgrove doesn't need to be taught the fire.
Nick Pavetta's got
like,
enough fire to last all of us. Or outlast all of us. He's good.
Exactly. Nicky's good when it comes to the fire.
Yes.
So, I don't feel like they add that, words of wisdom value to this team the way that they would to a different team. That's why I'm more thinking about the early guys you said in that, or a Nick Martinez.
Yeah.
In terms of somebody who could hold the fort for San Diego. We just need more pitching for the course of the year. And if they can do that, I think the team will be okay.
Talking to Craig Elston here on a Monday morning. Let's shift our attention to SDFC. Get your reaction to, well, the day after we talked to you. I mean, we thought it was a toss-up game, and in the first half, it was very much a toss-up, down 1-0. But then second half happens, and it kind of changes the complexion quite a bit going into tomorrow night's game in Mexico City against Pumas.
Well, let's start with the basics, right? So this is a 2-leg playoff, like you see in European leagues, so on and so forth. So for somebody who's a more casual fan, San Diego has a 3-goal lead going into game 2. And the tiebreaker is road goals, away goals. So Pumas scored 1. So if San Diego FC scores 1 goal tomorrow up in Mexico City, then Pumas has to score 4 goals to force a tie and force an extra time period. If SDFC scored 2 goals tomorrow, then 5-2 would not be enough for Pumas to win, because at that point the tiebreaker would go to San Diego. So Pumas either needs to win 3-0 to win, 4-1 to tie, or 6-2 to win if SDFC got to 2. So scoring is huge tomorrow, okay? As scoring is gigantic, because what Pumas wants is to get 1 right away, get 1 before the half, 2-0 at the half, and now they're 1 goal away from beating you. And the crowd's behind you and everything else. The biggest thing I'm going to be watching tomorrow for SDFC is their fitness, because this is match 5 for, I think 6, actually. I think Pumas played over the weekend. For Pumas, it's match 2 for SDFC, and it's in Mexico City. This is the highest altitude SDFC has ever played in franchise history. So we know what playing at basically 10,000 feet is going to do to you, or 8,000 feet, whatever it is. Like, it's going to wear you out. So I'm really curious to see how the team comes out, but much more curious how they finish the first half and the second half.
Craig, looking forward to it. As always, appreciate it. Have a great rest of your week. We'll talk to you. Next Monday we'll be off for President's Day.
Yes.
So we'll talk
Tuesday
to you. We'll talk to your people.
Tuesday.
Your people will talk to our people. We'll figure it out.
Okay. Those people are Paul and me.
Yes.
Correct.
Asked and answered.
Hey,
there.
Craig, text you on Monday about Tuesday.
There you go. People have been
That's
talked
good,
to.
guys.
Thank you, Craig.
Great.
Craig Elston on our David P. Shapiro fan hotline. David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. You know Mike Ivaras doesn't alter his strategy, so I'd imagine you're going to see the same possession, try to score, try to add goals. I wonder, though, is that the smartest thing to do? When if you can just keep them from scoring 3, you cannot lose. If you keep them at 2 or less, no matter what you do, you cannot lose.
No.
Does that invite wanting to be a little more conservative?
Of course it does.
Let's hold some people back on defense and make sure they don't score 3, and we can't possibly lose.
Of course it does. If it doesn't change,
Craig makes a good point, though. You score 2, they need to score 6 to beat you, which is almost impossible in soccer. So,
if I was a coach, I'd be playing so freaking conservatively and scared.
But I don't think Mikey will.
I don't think he will.
That'll be 5:00 tomorrow.
Oh, thank God. All right.
And then we can talk about it on Wednesday morning. When we come back, though, we got 2 more hours. Take on Woods. We haven't gotten into the Super Bowl commercials. Halftime show as well. All of that coming up next with Bennett Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Pleasure to be here with all of you. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor, the chairman. Did you guys ding-dong ditch when you were kids, ever?
Oh, yeah.
No. Never?
All the time.
No.
Never
Not
once.
all the time, but yeah.
First of all, no.
Never.
Because I'm me.
Never one time.
And that would be irresponsible behavior. Secondly, I'm very slow and don't know that I would have been able to escape in the requisite amount of time before the person answered the door. I'd still be on the porch. Oh, hi. How are you doing? Yeah, I think I have the wrong house.
Came to sell you some cookies. I'll bring them by later.
Oh, I had people trying to sell me Girl Scout cookies all
Oh my
weekend.
gosh. We went
by
to
the way.
Vaughn's on Friday night and
What do you mean trying?
avoided them.
Well,
Why? Why did you got? I
I can't buy one.
because we've already bought 12 boxes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay.
But that doesn't stop them from trying to sell you more.
Well, they don't know
different
that.
people. But then I have to tell them, well, we already bought a bunch of boxes.
They don't believe you, by the way.
And they don't believe me.
I bought, what are they, $6 a pop now?
Yeah.
I bought 8. There's 4 left, I think, 4 boxes. Not just from me. Mrs. is a big fan of the Thin
How
Man.
did you gain all the weight?
Girl Scout. They're like little crack dealers, man.
So we don't have ours yet. Ours are ordered but have not arrived.
I just get them right at the storefront.
Yeah, we didn't do that. We did the ordered from someone. who's
Like in
going
the
to deliver
neighborhood or
them.
something?
Yeah, from down in Leucadia by the Seagull.
Okay.
Someone, coworker, how do you pick? Do you do it from the neighborhood kids?
I get it at Vaughn's.
So you just go to the person in front of the store.
Yeah,
You
I'm
don't
going
wait
right
and-
to the dealer's house. I don't
Isn't
need a middleman.
But you know
Hey,
that
man, can you bring me over an 8
you
ball?
know that someone at work's going to hit you. Oh, my kids, Girl Scouts, they're doing cookies. Can you buy some?
I got mine at Vaughn's.
You don't wait until someone
No.
hits you up.
No, I got them at
That's a
Vaughn's.
mistake. That's a mistake.
Bo and I we tried the lemon ones, really good. Lemonades, I think they're called. And ripped them right open when we got them before we went in to get groceries and chowed down on a couple of them in the parking lot. They're fantastic. Got the Samoas, got the peanut butter patties, which nobody likes but me.
No, I like peanut butter patties.
Not patties, I'm sorry. The Do-si-dos.
No, never mind.
I love Do-si-dos.
Yeah.
They're a little mealy, like oatmeal-y,
No.
but I like them. I like the good flavor. And then I got 3 boxes of Thin Mints. My wife has commandeered those.
Those are the best. Frozen Thin Mints.
The psychotic freezing of Thin Mints is another
Does she
thing
do it too?
Yes.
Yes. of
And which
course.
also
Good.
means I can't eat them. I don't want them cold. I want ice cream cold. I don't want cookies cold.
Oh, are
Cookies
you kidding
cold
me?
are disgusting.
So good.
Just
Thin
like,
Mints,
hey, let me freeze this Snickers
Oreos
so I can eat
instantly
this.
into the freezer.
So I can eat this ice block of Snickers. Like, don't freeze your candy, and don't freeze your cookies.
well, a candy bar can be really hard to get through with your teeth, but
yeah.
a Thin Mint is fine.
All right.
frozen.
When you make Nestle's Toll House cookies, you put them in the freezer and eat them cold. Why
Of
not?
course not, because a chocolate chip cookie is those are designed to be soft and melty. They're best warm. A
So are Thin Mints.
No. A warm
They're not
Thin Mint.
They're not
Delicious.
warm.
No.
I want them actually melting in my mouth.
No, cold, like little hockey
Out of the
pucks.
box is not warm.
Just as
little
I-
tiny hockey pucks.
Justice Woods is the worst food opinion. I don't like frozen cookies. I just don't. I don't like frozen
Certain
Snickers
cookies
and
are better
Milky
frozen.
Ways and all that crap.
I also don't want to froze. Now, if you're like on the golf course and they have the Snickers in the golf, so it's not melted. Because the worst thing is when you open it, it's already half melted and it's already getting all over the place. So I don't mind if they've cooled it down.
But you got to
a
wait
bit.
for it to melt a little bit. You can't just right.
Well, yeah, I don't want it so hard that it's going to hurt your teeth to put it. But I like it to stay firm.
Save
Firm
that.
candy bar.
Save that. Just that part. Anyway, I go back to ding dong ditching. Let me tell you. I told you guys we've done on Don't Do This. The way of the new criminal generation is, hey, here's me. I'm out in front of Patrick Mahomes' house. He's playing a game right now. Here's Ben. Here's
Let's go
Paul.
see what we can find.
We're gonna go pillage his home. Come on with us on TikTok Live. Kids are stupid. They're dumb now. They're dumber than they've ever been. We were dumb. We just didn't have cameras to catch us doing all the dumb stuff we did. We probably would have done the same thing. Watching the Super Bowl yesterday. Just watching the game. My kids are inside. Bo's playing on his new Kindle. Taylor's playing on Bo's new Globe. They're having a ball. I'm watching the game. Hannah's in the kitchen. Next thing you know, you hear at my front door. And it's maybe the third quarter. What the hell is this?
So what are we like 5:30,
Yeah.
6 o'clock?
Somebody
somewhere in
boom, 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 boom. I go, who is that? And Hannah goes, I don't know. Hang on. She picks up the phone because we've got the Ring camera. She goes, oh, it's kids and they're ding dong ditching. I go, are you joking? And I walked out front. There's 30 kids out in our cul-de-sac on their e-bikes. And I go, which one was it? She goes, the one in the blue shirt. I go, he's still here. He's out in front of our home. What is he doing? I go, hey, are you guys ding dong ditching? I gave him like the salute. Like, I too was one of you. But when I did it, we used to run away.
That's
and
very
they
close
don't
to
run
the
away.
angry, shaking fist parent.
It was.
Dang
it was.
kids.
But it was more of like, hey, solidarity. I was an absolute butthead too at one point. But we would do it, and then we'd run away. Also, did you see the Ring camera there, genius? Right there in front of you, Einstein? Like, I've got you on film. I'm not
going to have to worry about that too much.
No, I'm not going to bust the kid's balls. I'm not going to like go knock on his parents. It's not that big a deal. They didn't do anything.
Right.
But I did immediately. I go, well, I better go move my car in and lock my car because God only knows. 15 to 20 broccoli-headed e-bike riders in front of my house.
It's a gang.
Just chilling. They're just chilling after they've already knocked on my door. He goes, and the one kid, the little Jack Doherty of the group, you could tell was like, nah, bro, I'm not ding-dong ditching, dude. I'm just waiting for my friends. I go, okay, well, smarten up next time. If you do it, you just run away. It's the way that you do it. Where are your parents?
It's a time-honored tradition. And you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong.
Idiots. I'm telling you, I weep for the future.
Tyler says they have 100% of the audacity, but 0% of the fear of
There's no fear.
consequences.
There's zero fear of
What are you gonna
consequence. I don't think they get a lot of consequences at home, which is why I'm a big consequence giver at my house. Like,
Well, it's also like, even if you were like, let's say they egged your house and you were really mad.
I was really hot.
And you run out there and there's 15 little broccoli heads on their e-bikes. They all have their phones out. And they're like, what are you going to do,
Here's
old man?
this old man coming outside.
You gonna hit one of us? What are you gonna say something stupid? I dare you.
Super West says, it's not ding dong loiter. No, it's not ding dong hang out. Also, don't beat on my door, dude. Ring my doorbell like a normal person with a normal haircut. He beat on the door, like jump scared us. I go, what do you? These little e-bikers with their little haircuts, guys, they're gonna be the death of me. They really may be the death of me. And I keep trying to remember, you were them. You were them with an equally as bad haircut. You were equally as big of an idiot. Your bike didn't go as fast. You didn't have as much privilege as they do, but you were absolutely them. All right, this is a good one. If you call a kid cringe, they usually fall apart. I should walk out and be like, you guys are so cringe.
Walk out. Hey, no cap. You guys are all super
you guys are cringe. Let me
You're cooked.
I'm gonna mog you guys. That's the new one that I just learned.
Mog?
Mog. I still don't know what it means, but I saw it over the weekend. But I think as a generation, these kids I think they are cooked. I really do. I think they're cooked.
Should just come to the door going 6'7", 6'7".
I would have laughed my ass off. I would have laughed my ass off.
Mog or mogging is internet slang popularized on TikTok and within the looks maxing communities, meaning to look significantly more attractive, stylish, or physically superior to someone else. It originates from amog, which was the alpha male of the group, evolving into a term for dominating or outshining another person.
So mog is a verb?
Wyatt says Ben mogs both of you daily. Thank you,
that's
Wyatt.
good. So you're the looks maxer on this?
Apparently, I'm the looks maxer. Thank you, Wyatt.
If you try to use slang, they'll go, grown man, by the way. I hate him. I can't fight them. You know, I can't go out there and fight them. I can't do anything.
No, they'd be right, too.
But, Paulie, you're right. If I go out there like, hey, every camera.
Then you're on TikTok.
Look at this clown on TikTok. And I'm beat red in the face. I'm sweating. What do I do? I don't know.
So your story actually brings up what I thought was, and we'll talk about some of the Super Bowl commercials later this hour, but brings up what I thought was one of the most intriguing and horrifying Super Bowl commercials of the whole game for Ring and their new feature, Search Party, to help you find your lost dog. Did you see this one?
No.
So Ring ran in the second half a commercial that said, with our new Search Party feature, if you lose your dog, they showed a picture, get people putting up the pictures on telephone poles,
Sure.
like, hey, lost dog.
We've all been there.
Call
man.
your number. Here's a picture of them. They said with their new feature, you can share with your entire neighborhood the picture of your dog, and then the Ring cameras can search to their facial recognition. If the dog passes by a Ring camera, it can identify the dog and alert you, like, hey, your dog was just spotted on so and so street.
Know, hey, he was going
in front
this
of
way.
their house, so you have an idea of where to look for it. Which, of course, could be an absolute,
game
changer for people who have lost their puppies, which is one of the worst things that can happen. But at the same time, knowing that Ring can do this, and I assume it works with people's faces just as well as it does with dogs,
probably
brings up the fact that with so many Ring cameras out there, can they just put Woods' face in and like every single Ring camera? Oh, yeah, Woods was just spotted here, all the time.
Like, what do
Is
you
it
mean
just for dogs?
What do you mean put my face in?
If they say,
if
hey,
somebody just says, hey, my friend's missing.
Well, okay,
Right.
so all right, let's. I know we
upload your picture.
I know we don't like Big Brother and all that. I know, right? It's scary when you mention.
Careful, they're listening right now.
When you mention like chicken salad sandwich, and then your phone gets flooded with ads on chicken salad sandwiches, it's a little bit creepy. I'm not going to deny that. What if your kid's face pops up on a Ring down the street and you don't know where your kid is? Isn't that inherently a good thing? Or because
as I said, it was both intriguing and somewhat horrifying.
And okay, so I'm terrible. You guys know my biggest fear is something happening to one of my kids where I can't find them, right? Or something even more sinister happens. So we've got the watch with the tracker. I can follow the movements. It's never going to stop. They know that. Good luck. Good luck getting away from.
You might as well just chip them.
You might as well just chip I might as well just chip them. And I know that some dogs are chipped, but the interesting thing about the chip is it's got to show up at a shelter. They have to scan it. No, it's not a. I see him, right? Yeah. Which, by the way, I'm in favor of with kids and pets. I'm absolutely in favor of that.
Just air tag them.
But it's Orwellian, as Mime says in the chat. It really is. It's scary, but you could also see like how valuable it could be. Because we've asked our neighbors before, did you see our cat on your Ring before, or our dog on your Ring? No, didn't see it. Hey, will you check your Ring and see if you saw our cat in your yard? It's crazy. So you say no go.
There's so much good that could be done with that. Again, if you could find a bunch of lost pets that way, that's amazing. But it continues to lead us down this road where every single move we make all the time is pretty much
it's like I tell my
monitored
kids,
and accounted for.
It's like I tell my kids, man, somebody's always watching. They're always watching. It started to happen a little bit in our day. Yeah, places had security cameras and things like that. But now, not only does every place have a security camera, every home has one. Every person has a fully digital camera in their pocket to film you doing anything stupid. So, if you get caught now, I almost can't even blame you. Because there's so many things to catch.
Which is also what makes this Savannah Guthrie's mom story.
Yes.
We haven't really talked about it, but the Ring camera being disabled and everything. My parents were like, every single person's like armchair, like this is what must have happened. And I have no idea. I'm not even following it that closely, but my goodness, does everyone have an opinion on that story?
Yeah, it's
right
crazy.
Now.
Dub J says, if you're out in public, you should expect to be on some sort of camera. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I didn't see that one. My dumbass probably would have saw it and went, "Oh,
that's what they
great
wanted.
idea."
I'm sure that's what they were going for with the commercial. Like, look at what good Ring can do for this world.
What do I have to hide, though? That's the other thing. I don't have anything to hide. So if my face is on people's Rings, it's because I'm walking by their house.
Right.
Like, what do I care? I'm not hiding. I'm not out looting mailboxes.
I don't think it's that. I just worry, what if the wrong people get a hold of that information?
Which they will.
Well, they could AI me today.
I'm not talking about AI Ewing. I'm talking about what you're just saying, the Patrick Mahomes. Like, We know Woods is here and his family's here. They're not home, which means their home's empty right now.
Pretty much telling my location at all times on the radio. My wife gets so mad. Hey, thanks for telling everyone where we were for dinner. I'm like, you're right. Sorry. I forget. Open book. That was a good one. I liked the Duncan commercial.
All right, we'll talk about the commercials coming up here at the bottom of the hour. I think most people reacted negatively. I saw more takes like this was the worst batch of commercials ever.
Everybody reacts negatively to every single thing. It's exhausting.
I had at least 5 or 6 that I thought were very effective.
I do think there's bigger picture trends with the commercials that
are making it worse.
That I'm a little bit pessimistic towards. There were a few that I liked, few that I could not have cared less about, and then it's more just like the trends. It's like, all right, cool, it's these 3 commercials coming up here. We got 90 seconds. We're gonna do weight loss shot, AI something, beer commercial, next break, AI weight loss shot, and pizza.
Yeah, no, you're right, you're absolutely right. There's no denying that it's the verticals are shrinking a little bit. They're shrinking.
And it's just a contest of, all right, which company can have the most random celebrities in 30 seconds?
I'm sorry. I laughed at the Guy Fieri. I did. I thought it was hysterical. The Bosch, I thought it was funny as hell.
I don't even think either of those were the best celebrity ad. I'll give you my pick for the best celebrity cameo as well. We'll do that at the bottom of the hour. Next, though, time for our first game of Take on Woods this week. We've got the new tickets, 9 Inch Nails, a weekly prize coming up at Pechanga Arena on March 9th. If you want to play Woods in our music, movie, or TV trivia game, you can call now 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Play our game coming up next after a check of traffic with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Well, listen, Valentine's Day is fast approaching, people out there. Do something for your loved one that is going to last for a long, long time. Of course, I'm talking about Eco Water. Eco Water SoCal. Get the system put in your home.
Still got them jugs.
Still got a huge jug, Paulie, right next to me, as it were, of Eco Water. And I still got them every single day. Will not be caught without my Eco Water. That's one thing you will see me on your Ring camera, walking by with my big old jug of Eco Water everywhere I go. No, check it out for yourself, guys. Think about it. Where we live, a lot of hard water here in Southern California. And you want your hair to feel good, your skin to feel like skin again. Get the Eco Water whole home system. Solves the hair, solves the skin. And trust me, guys, the water, the taste is unreal. I had a bottled water over the weekend. It was repugnant. It was repulsive. I'm so used to the delicious beauty that is Eco Water now. So check it out for yourself. 760-350-3338. Not everything in life should be hard, especially your water. They've been keeping it soft since 1925 at Eco Water. Again, it's 760-350-3338, or go to ecowatersocal.com. Get the system in your home. Great Valentine's Day gift. Tell them Woodsy sent you.
Okay, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
.73 The Fans brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, and expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now. Say radio for a free month of service.
If I had a pool, I would use GL Pools. I would call them today and say radio. But I wouldn't need to because I already have them working on my imaginary pool. Thank you, GL Pools. You keep my imaginary pool looking crisp and clean.
I have the best imaginary pool on the block.
Nobody's is better.
That's a good liner, though, because you know what? Everyone wants a sparkling, clean pool. You picture that.
More than anything, man.
And I think when we talk about the
It's
commercials,
the only two things I want.
like you mentioned, and we'll talk about the commercials here in a second after we play Take on Woods, but you mentioned the Dunkin' commercial, which I thought was very entertaining.
Yes.
Does it make you want to go to Dunkin'?
No. No, it
so
made me laugh.
It made me laugh.
Well,
it was entertaining, but it didn't make me like, man, I need to get to Dunkin' this morning and have one of their glazed donuts.
Do you know why I don't want to go to Dunkin'? Because I've been to Dunkin'.
And no commercial can fix that now?
That's correct. That's why. I've never had one that didn't taste like it had been there for a week. Never once. No offense.
I don't mind their coffee.
Their coffee's fine, but coffee's pretty good everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone says that, their coffee. Bro, you can get good coffee almost anywhere.
You go to any coffee shop and be like, just dump as much sugar into it as you can. And
Yeah.
like, it tastes like donkeys.
But I liked the commercial because I thought it was a clever commercial.
It was a clever commercial.
You're not marketing to me, though.
I thought there were some that were both clever and effective, though, and actually made me more likely to use their products. We'll talk about that coming up. First, though, we got a contestant on the line. Let's get to our first game of the week. It is time to take on Woods. Take on Woods brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we got Mike on the line. Mike, are you there?
I'm here. How's it going?
I'm pretty good, and hopefully you'll be good after this game because if you beat or tie Woods, you will qualify for a weekly grand prize Concert tickets again, this time 2 tickets to 9 Inch Nails at Pechanga Arena on March 9th. Here are your categories. We've got movies, music, or TV. For movies, it's martial arts. For music, it's MLB teams, song titles or bands with an official MLB team name in them. And TV, our new category is after Cheers. Actors, what they did from the show Cheers after they were on Cheers. So movies, martial arts, music, MLB teams, or TV after Cheers. Mike, what would you like to play?
Dang, that's hard. No, I'll go out there. I'll try this martial arts one.
All right, movies. All right, today's category features 5 movies loaded with martial arts action. You'll have 60 seconds to answer as many as you can. If you don't know one, say pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. And for the first time, we will start with a 2-second clip. Paulie has a little bit of audio from one of the movies. You'll have to identify the movie from the audio clip from the movie. Got it, Mike?
Got it.
All right, let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paulie plays our clip. Good luck, Mike. Let's take on Woods.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Karate Kid.
Correct. Jack Black provides the voice of Po Ping, who's chosen to become the Dragon Warrior, in which 2008 DreamWorks animated it.
Kung Fu Panda.
Correct. Computer hacker Thomas Anderson learns Kung Fu and fights sentient programs in a simulated reality, in which 1999 sci-fi classic.
The Matrix.
Correct. Considered the most successful pure martial arts film of all time, which 1973 film was completed just before the death of star
Enter the Dragon.
Correct. Which 2000 film starring Chow Yun-fat and Michelle Yeoh as Master Warriors became a surprise international hit and won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film. Last one. In which 2000 films?
Hard Boiled?
Oh, no. It is Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. But you got 4, which is a solid score.
That's a good one.
Will it be enough? You got Karate Kid, Kung Fu Panda, The Matrix, Enter the Dragon. Let's see what Woods can do with the same 5 questions and the same 60 seconds. All right. Mike's score is locked in. No category for Woods, but you will know it is movies.
Okay.
And we will start with our first ever 2-second clip. So you have to identify the movie based on an audio clip.
Got it.
From the movie. Good luck, Woods. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Let's take on Mike.
Wax on, right hand.
It's
Wax
Karate
off,
Kid.
Correct.
left
Jack
hand.
Black provides the voice of Po Ping, who's chosen to become the Dragon Warrior, in which 2008 DreamWorks animated hit.
Kung Fu Panda?
Correct. Computer hacker Thomas Anderson learns Kung Fu and fights sentient programs in a simulated reality, in which 1999 sci-fi classic.
Pass.
Considered the most successful pure martial arts film of all time, which 1973 film was completed just before the death of star Bruce Lee.
Year of the Dragon?
Oh, close, but no. Which 2000 film starring Chow Yun-fat and Michelle Yeoh as Master Warriors became a surprise international hit and won the Oscar for Best Foreign Language Film.
Come on.
You want to go back to the other one?
No. Don't know it.
Oh, come on. Computer hacker Thomas Anderson learns Kung Fu and fights sentient programs in a simulated reality.
The Matrix.
In which, thank you, which 2000 film starring Chow Yun-fat. No, not enough. 4-3. Mike wins it today. And puts himself into the drawing for the 9 Inch Nails tickets. Martial arts movies.
I guess that was there was a lot of martial arts in
Yeah.
the Matrix. Yeah. I was like, all I was thinking of like Kung Fu.
It was movies featuring martial arts action.
Okay.
The one you didn't, Enter the Dragon.
What did I say? Year of the Dragon? Damn
And
it.
then Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon
yeah, I
actually
never
was
saw
the
it.
last one.
Was it good?
It was good.
I never saw it.
But
Damn
it
it.
was
Hey, listen, you know what though? I'm not that upset because he gets to go see 9 Inch Nails, right?
well, he gets he gets one of
okay.
up to 5, but
All
if no
right.
one else wins, then he's got it.
Right now, he's got a 1 of 1 chance.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm excited.
Now,
if
Mike's
I lose,
cheering for you the rest of the week.
Yeah, Mike's
because the
my
more you
biggest
win,
fan.
the better chance he's got to win the tickets.
Okay. That was nerve-wracking.
You like the 2-second clip though?
I
We both got that
wish
one.
we
That was
all
an easy
did.
one. That was
I
a
wish
pretty
you
easy
did
one.
all movie
clips.
I
That
would
was a
love
pretty
it.
easy one.
More
but
work
that's
for you,
fun.
Paulie, but
I actually,
No
I'm,
skin off
I'm
my
helping
back.
him out with
Sent that
those.
one.
Actually, I sent that one
All
to
right,
him. I'm
good.
editing them and sending them to Paulie because I feel like he does enough around here.
It's true.
So I'm trying to pull my weight.
I love it. You're
All
doing great.
Let's talk about some of those our favorite, most effective, least effective, worst commercials from Super Bowl 60 and the broadcast last night. We'll get to that coming up next with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Here, I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
He's no Bad Benny, but not bad at all. I enjoyed the halftime show.
I did too. I really liked Bad Benny though the most out of all of the different ones I saw, and I did take a look at all of them. Bad Benny, far and away the best. Far and away. My wife.
Nobody else singing Blue Moon this weekend?
No.
Nope.
My wife goes,
"What a fool believes."
She goes, we were Friday night, we're laying in bed, and she goes, "Could you text Paul and just tell him how great that was?" I go, I told him like 100 times.
I had a number of people come up to me this weekend and say that was incredible.
Paul, you knocked it out of the park.
Thank you.
Like not 99% of the
100% of the credit.
100% of the credit.
I was
for Bad Benny's halftime show.
It was so good. Obviously, a lot of opinions being bandied about Bad Bunny last night and the halftime show. Okay, everyone's entitled to their opinion. The music. I've always said this about Bad Bunny. I don't know what he's saying. I know that it's catchy. I know that there is a beyond massive market for it.
From what I do know, he's filthy.
Oh, is he filthy?
Oh, yeah.
In his
sexy, dirty, filthy.
Which I mean, I like that, but the thing that I think old guys like me, you need to keep in mind. I learned this a couple years ago. I think Paulie actually was the one that helped me with it. He said something to the effect of, "It's not for you," and I go, "Oh, okay, I get it then. I got it. I get it now."
You probably came in like bitching about like Chapel Roan or something. I'm like, I don't think she's for you.
We've been together as a show since what year?
18.
So look, 20 was Shakira and J-Lo, then The Weeknd, then Dre and Snoop, Rihanna, Usher, Kendrick Lamar, and then Bad Bunny. Not one of those was for me. They're not going to have Deftones out there. They're not going to have Metallica out there. They're not going to have anymore. They're not going to have some rock band out there anymore. They're just not. I'm not a pop music guy. Never really have been a pop music guy, but I certainly can appreciate a freaking fantastic performance when I see one.
Mm-hmm.
I thought visually, in multiple ways, it was spectacular and fantastic.
All art is subjective, especially music. And I'm not going to tell you you're wrong if you like Bad Bunny, if you like
Nickelback,
the Doobie Brothers, or you like Kid Rock better. That's totally up to you. That's your preference. I thought, though, just from an objective standpoint, the production was incredibly impressive.
I found out today that grass was people.
Yes, all the sugar cane people that were. I saw the videos afterwards of them running on and off the field. And I had no idea when you're watching that those were just people dressed up as sugar canes so they could all get quickly into position.
I guess the internet sleuths had found like casting calls in the Bay Area, and everyone goes, "Oh, that's got to be for Bad Bunny. That's got to be for the halftime show." And they're like, height requirements. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. They needed a bunch of tall people to be the sugar canes.
The story of it was an actual wedding, a couple that actually got married as part of the halftime show. They had invited Bad Bunny to their wedding. He said, "How about we do this? How about you come and do it as part of the halftime show?" The random celebrities in the background on stage. I saw Pedro Pascal,
Jessica
Ronald
Alba,
Jr. was back there.
So I had a good run, man, from 2005.
But you knew the cameos at least.
Yeah,
I mean, you knew Lady Gaga. She was unbelievable. Ricky Martin was fantastic.
Guy looks.
Can't believe he didn't sing La Vida Loca. But
the guy looks unbelievable. So I had a good run. Me and old guys everywhere. We had a good run. 2005 through 2008 when we got McCartney, the Stones, Prince, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. If you like Bruce was there. I remember the hubbub of the Who performing. People were like, "Are you kidding? Get these old turds off the stage."
That was after Justin Timberlake. They're like, "All right, that's it. We're getting you get Paul McCartney and the Who and the Rolling Stones."
Black Eyed Peas played. That's not for me. Madonna played. Good. Beyonce, great. Bruno Mars, not for me. Katy Perry, no. Coldplay. I mean, remember these: Lady Gaga, Timberlake, Maroon 5.
Those are all
and on and on.
Huge names.
They're massive names. It does, the Afghan Wigs aren't getting the call anytime soon to take the stage at the Super Bowl, much to my chagrin.
Right.
I think they would slay it. That being said, the entire world would go, "Who are these guys?"
You know what? When they announce Morrissey as the halftime performer next Super Bowl, I'll buy you a ticket.
I will lose my mind.
And then he's not
Watch him bail on that. Watch him bail on that.
I think for me, I think a lot of people had the same sentiment of music is universal.
Of course
and
it is.
doesn't matter as much if you understand what's being said, if you know any of the words. Did you hear the music?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? Were the vibes good?
When I go to the nightclub and I dance into the night, as I often do,
right.
I don't ever listen to the lyrics.
My hips don't shake at all, but I was moving a little bit as I was watching the halftime show.
It looked like a fun ass Puerto Rican block party.
Yeah, it did. It did. Somebody was on Twitter was like, I don't know what everyone's making a big deal about. This is literally every weekend in New York City. They do the Puerto Rican parade every weekend. So it was great. It was great. I had a lot of fun with it. And the Super Bowl for me, yes, this year was ultimately pretty enjoyable. And I think it was the company that I had too. The company was great and the food was good. I made some good burgers.
Megan did a sous vide tri-tip. Oh my God.
I like the jokes about Bad Bunny gaining more yardage at the halftime show.
Yes. Patriots he was carrying the football. That was great. That was good. Oh, he's actually run for more yards than the Patriots. I thought it was good. He
said, God bless America at the end. And then he listed every country in North and South America.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was good. I thought the message was good. I had no problem with it. But then again, I'm not trying to get worked up about things like this. True. I get worked up about avocados and stuff.
There's plenty of other people who had a lot of opinions, whether it was about Bad Bunny, whether it was about other people doing other halftime shows. I'm like, oh, really? You're a big fan of so-and-so now?
Oh, yeah. Big Kid Rock fan now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I told you 25 years ago, at least, the radio station I worked for announced our big summer concert. It was 97.1 The Eagle was the name of our station. We had a concert called, ready for this, BFD. Okay. It's the big freaking deal. And Kid Rock was the headliner. And I've said it on this show. The dude, it was 130 degrees on the floor in Dallas, Texas in July. 130. Dude came up out of the ground, smoke, fur coat. I go, this is awesome. I love this. But I was 70 beers deep, add some other stuff to it. I was a mess. I just had fun jamming with my friends that I worked with. I had a good time with it. People can have a good time with different stuff. It's okay, everybody. Not everything has to be an international incident. Not everything has to be, you don't even have to have an opinion about it. You can just go, oh, this isn't for me. I'm not going to watch.
But you do have to have an opinion about the commercials during the Super Bowl.
I agree.
Right?
But again, you guys were texting me early. Oh, man, you guys, I forgot again. I forget every year because I get up and go do stuff. And I keep forgetting to sit and pay attention.
Well, I know one saw them all. You have to get up occasionally. But I had my favorites and my ones that I thought that missed the mark. Let's get to those right after a check of traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Just a couple things to mention here. Looks like someone dropped some furniture in lanes on westbound 8 right before the 163. And South 5 Coastline just past Oceanside Boulevard. Accident over to the right shoulder. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben of Woods, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Yeah, I wasn't as huge of a hater of the commercials as I think social media was during the game. Now, were there some ones that made no sense? Yeah. The Svedka Vodka Super Freak bots and the Coinbase karaoke ad. And I still don't know why John Hamm and Scarlett Johansson are trying to sell me Ritz crackers. Didn't get a few of those for sure. The Toyota one with Kid Puka Nakua and the annoying voice. You missed some of these?
God, I should have really done some homework on these. But
that's all right. There were some bad ones.
I liked the Duncan commercial because it made me laugh.
Good commercial.
I liked the Jurassic Park commercial.
Now for Xfinity, I thought it was effective too. Like, hey, you don't want all of your technology falling apart?
Yeah.
Get Xfinity. Like you could have saved Jurassic Park. Plus it was, everyone remembered the movie and it was a good
throwback.
Now, was it awkward to see them try to de-age all the actors and make it all, that looked a little weird for sure. But
that was my first thing with the Duncan commercial. I go, this looks like AI. It looked like all AI.
Yeah.
But I think they had, the actors were really there. You had Jennifer Aniston, Tom Brady. You had how many? I mean, there were so many. Who
Jason
appeared?
Alexander.
Jason Alexander, obviously, is George Costanza.
Ted Danson.
Ted Danson from Cheers.
You had Alfonso
Ribeiro from Fresh Prince.
Who else was in it?
Joey Tribbiani.
Yeah, Joey Tribbiani.
Matt LeBlanc.
You had Matt LeBlanc.
Jaleel White.
That was a solid commercial, but not one that particularly made me want to go to Dunkin'.
That had to be the most expensive commercial, right?
I thought those celebrity commercials that actually I had two that I thought were really effective. I thought the one with Adrian Brody for TurboTax
that was pretty funny.
Was really good. Like he was being dramatic Adrian Brody, and they can't wait. No. We're taking the drama out of taxes.
Yeah.
So
No, we're gonna make it easy. No, your dog's gonna die. Get this man a dog.
Perfect.
It's so funny the way that we come around on people. I did not like Adrian Brody until I saw him in Winning Time, and then I just not only liked Adrian, but I fell in love with Adrian Brody after Winning Time.
I had the same experience.
Every other role I saw him, I'd be like, "Oh God, snoozer!" And then he was so good as Pat Riley. I was like, "This guy's brilliant."
I think in the pregame show, but Brian Baumgartner for Ramp, which I'm not sure what Ramp is, but it seemed to make everything in the office work better. And they tied it in so well. Like everything was efficient. They even had two guys carefully carrying the pot of chili. I mean, it brought in memes. It brought in The Office, and it brought in Brian Baumgartner. And I thought that was an effective commercial.
San Diegan, by the way.
Yes. Emma Stone for Squarespace.
Fantastic.
Because, well, we love Emma Stone and everything. And that's just a no-brainer. I thought the halfway there State Farm commercial, as opposed to leaning more into Jake from State Farm, they did the John Bon Jovi halfway there insurance that's not as good as State Farm. I thought was a pretty good one early in the game.
That one left a lot to be desired for me. I thought you got Danny McBride. He could have done so much more. It was kind of.
And then there were two ones kind of health related that I would think are the hardest ones in the Super Bowl. But Liquid IV, take a look at your pee and make sure you're hydrated, was a pretty good one. And then the tight ends for prostate cancer screening with Bruce Arians and all the legendary tight ends.
Double entendre there. Yeah.
Don't loosen your tight end a little bit and get your prostate screened for cancer was, I thought, a very clever and effective use of a lot of great tight ends.
I'm truly the most worthless human on these shows because you just mentioned like 25 commercials. I think I saw one or two. The ADD is so serious.
I missed a bunch, but at least I decided, okay, this time I actually have my laptop out. I'm going to take some notes on some of the commercials I liked and I didn't like.
Yeah, I'm okay. Next year, I'm really going to focus. Just remind me, Paulie.
Okay.
Woodsy, I need you to focus. I swear I'd have to lock myself in a cabin though to really pay attention the whole time. It's hard for me to keep my attention. I was going through baseball cards and stuff. I mean, I was a wreck. So sorry. Don't ask me. Oh, the Matthew McConaughey one was awesome. Yeah. Matthew McConaughey and Bradley Cooper, that got me. The new Finch.
That was for no fees for, I want to say,
Uber Eats or
Grubhub or something. You can't remember exactly what it's for.
I thought the Pepsi one was pretty good. They had start a polar bear, so you already know they're taking shots at Coca-Cola right away. And the polar bear's doing a blind taste test, and he chooses Pepsi. I'm like, man, that's a clever dig. And then they show the polar bear like out at a concert and he's with another female polar bear and the camera shows them. They go, oh no, they're making fun of the Coldplay thing. And I go, that's a good call back there.
Pepsi.
Missed that entirely. Yeah. The David Fincher movie, the adventure, the story of Cliff Booth, the prequel or sequel to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
That looked really good.
I want to see the Steven Spielberg Disclosure Day movie.
Missed that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, we got to take top of the hour break.
That segment doesn't work as well.
You
haven't seen any of them.
So sorry.
When we come back, a couple of breaking news. SDFC signing. A former Padres pitcher is signed. We'll get a Rondo report and a biggest fan all next here on 97.3 The Fan. Couple of breaking news notes to kick off our final hour on a Monday. Ben and Woods here on 97.3 The Fan, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. In baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays have signed right-handed pitcher Nick Martinez to a free agent contract. I have not seen terms of the deal released, but as we speculated at the beginning of the program, this is the week you're probably going to see a bunch of the remaining free agent pitchers finally land somewhere. Nick goes first, the ex-Padre heading to Tampa Bay.
Eric Fetty signs a one-year deal with the Chicago White Sox. Wasn't he there?
Some point.
I thought he was there at one point. All right. So
then
Nick's off the off the table.
Still some starting pitchers out there, but we'll see if the Padres make any moves this week. And then SDFC just announced the signing of midfielder Bryce Duke to a free agent contract. Duke has over 100 MLS games, was a free agent formerly with Montreal, I believe some other teams, but
Bryce Duke,
new midfielder, experienced MLS player, Peoria, Arizona native. So
there you go.
We'll be there in a couple of weeks, broadcasting live from Padres spring training.
Bryce, what is your favorite Red Lobster in Peoria? Which one do you like? Do you like the one on Bell Road?
My guess is you won't see him tomorrow, but they can start working him into the rotation and training soon, and sounds like he's an experienced guy adding to the mix for SDFC.
Oh, here's another one. Apparently, it's in the chat. I'm not seeing it online yet, but it's in the chat. They said that the sheriff is headed out to Miami.
Chris Paddock.
Thunder, heavy rain.
Yeah. Chris Paddock to the Marlins, per John Heyman.
Nope. Well, they had to replace Ryan Weathers with another ex-Padres pitching prospect in Miami.
Another country ass. All right, there you go. So there you go. Some guys are coming off the board, AJ.
Right, well,
the stove is hot.
Yep, they're still Chris Bassett, still Lucas Giolito, still Zach Gallen out there. There are some big names.
Yeah, Zach Gallen is one we keep forgetting. Is out there. I'm assuming he just wants an ass load of money.
Justin Verlander, Max Scherzer. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of pitching still on the market, but if this is not a clear sign that the ball is now rolling on some of these guys signing right before the start of spring training and pitchers and catchers.
The Monday before
tomorrow.
The Monday before report day.
Yeah. So here they're starting to come fast and furious, and I wonder if that changes the leverage a little bit. Once a few guys sign, teams start going, we better up an offer here again a little bit just before everybody's off the market, and we find ourselves holding the bag without any pitching depth, which the Padres need pretty badly.
That would not be good.
Before we get to our round report, it is time for this morning's biggest fan announcement. If you hear your name called, you'll have 10 minutes to call us back at 833-288-0973 and qualify for our grand prize, 20 tickets for you and your friends for a night in our Odyssey Suite at a Padres game this season, catered by Spiro's Mediterranean Cuisine. This morning's biggest fan is Nicole DeCozen from San Diego. Nicole DeCozen from San Diego. You've got your 10 minutes starting now at 833-288-0973. For everyone else, you can register your name for the contest at 973thefan, sd.com/biggest-fan.
Yeah, before we get to the round report, shout out to our pal Dexter. His birthday was yesterday, and so it was a bit overshadowed by the big game.
Right.
So happy birthday, Dexter, from your pal.
Did you know a lot of angry women next year when the Super Bowl's on Valentine's Day?
Oh, that's right. It'll be in Los Angeles.
Good luck.
On ABC, by the way, next year.
Oh.
I wonder if I'll have to go. I'm possibly assigned to that. We could drive. Paulie was saying we just drive up every day to Radio Row.
Yeah, we just commute. We leave here at 3 a.m.
I'll kill both of you if we have to do that. Adam would never send us. You better not have to leave.
He would if we drove every day.
All right. So this one blew my mind because every year people say, man, the Super Bowl in February, it's so late. It's going to be on Valentine's Day last year. You know, the last Super Bowl held in January was in San Diego. That's how long it's been since there's actually been a Super Bowl in January. It was in San Diego.
Man,
the last one at Qualcomm Stadium. Okay. Now, Paulie, you may get us going.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah?
All right.
Yeah, it does look like we were just checking there during the intro. President's Day is next Monday this year, but next year it will in fact move up a week. President's Day is going to be Monday, February 15th.
Okay.
The Super Bowl, Sunday, February 14th.
Day off.
Everyone
after
has
the
been
Super Bowl?
asking for this forever.
No need to get up early after the Super Bowl next year.
Once the Super Bowl started getting into February, everyone's going, look, just move President's
move it.
Day if you have to. Like, give everyone the Monday off.
I'd have liked to
we're
been
gonna-
off today.
We're going to get that next year.
Oh, yes.
Not bad.
By the way, $13 million for Nick Martinez, according to
13, 1 year
reports.
deal?
1 year deal. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
I see.
gentlemen, we will get started here. One story in the NFL we have not talked about. Another international game is going to be on the schedule next year in the NFL regular season.
Yeah.
They're going to have 9 international games next year. That is the most that they have ever had in one particular season. And the 9th one, it was just finalized a couple of days ago. We knew for about a year that the Los Angeles Rams were going to be playing a game in Australia, the very first NFL game in Australia. And now we know their opponent. It was revealed heading into the weekend, the Rams will take on the 49ers in an NFC West division game in Australia next year. It's going to be in Melbourne. They have not said. The schedule gets released in like April, I think, usually, and then we'll know what part of the season. But you got all the Berlin games. You've got Ireland, I think, again next year.
London.
And now Australia, a couple in London.
Just announced the first ever Rio de Janeiro game. The Cowboys playing still a yet to be determined opponent. First time they've played there as well.
So a lot of international games next year.
My beloved Aussie Tony, who I still chat with almost probably 3 days a week. I was texting with him yesterday. He lives in Melbourne, and it was at a Super Bowl party. Said he had to defend his Padres hat that he was wearing several times. And football they love football down there. They love it. Like, he bets on every game.
At one point in the broadcast, the Peacock broadcast, they showed like some bar or some party in Australia. I don't remember if it was Melbourne or Sydney or wherever, but they were just like, hey, we got some fans all over the world. And they showed this bar in Australia and they were going nuts. And I'm literally like looking at the screen and go, Aussie Tony?
Yeah, is he in there?
I assume he's there.
He was at a party. But now they love it down there.
I've heard people say that Melbourne is as close to San Diego as you're going to find anywhere else in the world. Coastal,
really?
Bay, climate, just lifestyle, very similar to San Diego,
That's
except in the southern hemisphere.
Love it.
I think the ultimate.
We should go to that game.
I mean, we'll see if they expand to 18 games in the regular season, but the ultimate goal is every team plays 8 home games, 8 road games, and 1 international game on their schedule.
Where we're trending.
That would be where you trend to have 16 of them every single
or
year.
they just
so
make a
everyone
team,
plays them.
an international team, like they say every year about like the Jaguars. Could they just be London's team or something? Yeah,
be awful.
All right, that's it for the football. We will move on to the Olympics. Woodsy, you said you watched a lot of Olympics. I will lean on you for this segment because I did not watch one second. But I do have an updated medal tracker for you. It's still very early in the Winter Games, but right now, and I was asking, actually, I don't know how to best go through the medal rankings. Do you go by total medals? Is it the country that has the most golds? Or do you want the total medal
kind of
count?
Gives you the better impression of how the country is doing.
Don't you care about golds, though?
Golds are important.
So, like,
but
the host country, Italy, they have 9 total medals right now, and they're in first place by that medal count. But they have 6 bronze. They only have 1 gold. Norway and Switzerland are both tied with 3 gold medals right now, but they don't have the most overall medals.
Okay.
I think getting on the podium is what you're trying to do at the Olympics.
Yeah, get on the podium. Medaling is very important.
Right.
Obviously, the biggest story over the weekend was Lindsey Vonn.
Yeah.
It was as devastating and heartbreaking thing that I've ever seen in a sporting event in my life. She went down really, really hard, hooked her arm into a gate, She was flying down the mountain. Started out really strong, looked strong. Took a turn, hooked her arm into the gate, and flung her around, and she ended up breaking her leg. She was airlifted off, intensive care, suffered a broken leg.
Airlifted off the mountain for a second week in a row.
Which
you're not going to see a lot of.
Is that funny?
No, but I mean, it's amazing.
You laughed.
It's amazing that she came back from the first airlift just to get the second airlift opportunity.
One of
It's not that funny.
Ben.
It's impressive. A lot of people are mad.
Ben.
Stop. I'm not
Ben,
laughing.
it's not
I'm not
funny.
laughing.
It's not funny.
A lot of people were mad that she tried, but from what I've read, it wasn't necessarily the ACL that caused her to crash. People crash in downhill skiing quite often.
Yes. And her teammate said, look, stick your hand out the car window when you're driving down the freeway and pretend you're not connected to the car. It's going to twist you around. People just don't understand really what goes on. A lot of people have opinions about what happened yesterday. Most of them are incorrect. Was her teammate Cashman. Ben, there's nothing funny about that injury. So Quad God medaled in
Oh, but we did still win the gold in that event.
Yes, we
Breezy
did.
Johnson.
Breezy Johnson
The
was
United
amazing.
States has 2 golds. The Lindsey Vonn thing, I felt horrible seeing that highlight or low
They
light.
kept showing it. It was horrific.
It was like, the old adage, like, oh, there are people that they're only watching NASCAR for the car wreck.
Yeah.
This was like, it was like you knew this was going to happen. It was the least surprising outcome, I should say. And you're like, this is like tuning in for a NASCAR race where there's going to be a car wreck. You're just waiting for it. And I felt so bad. I was like,
that's
Lindsey
fair.
Vonn.
I don't know that that's fair. She
I
made it
wanted her
down
to
the mountain
finish.
in the training runs. I have no problem with her racing if that's what she wanted to do.
Yeah, that's her job. That's
And
what
her
she wants to
teammate
do.
still won gold. So
Yeah.
you can't even say, oh, well, we could have won gold if she hadn't raced.
we
No,
did.
they won one anyway. So
I just feel bad for her.
I feel bad for
course.
her too. It's terrible.
Of course.
You don't, but the rest of us.
I mean, would she have rather ended her career with a gold medal? Yes. Will we all remember her like doing this?
Yes.
And yes. I mean, it's
Yep.
not the worst legacy. It's
No,
not
it's
what
really
she
not.
dreamed of, probably, but hopefully she recovers now and she'll have that story that she gutted it out and made a go of it at the Winter Olympics in 2026.
It's been fun to watch, man. It has. I don't know what switch flipped in me, but here I am.
And you watch the quad god Ilya Malinin.
Quad God's
help
unreal.
U.S. to team figure skating gold. Of course, when he goes for the individual gold later in the games, that'll be a huge story. He does quad jumps more than anyone in the history of figure skating.
He's unreal.
Including the only quad axle
Yeah.
that he's the one who can do it, which is really 4.5 spins.
He's incredible.
Real quick, I guess while we're on the Olympics, did you guys see there's been like some developments, or at least maybe not developments, but more outcry that like San Diego residents as of right now are not going to be able to buy tickets to the soccer games that are going to be in San Diego.
I saw that. They're doing the geo thing with zip codes
Geolocking or whatever. Like I remember we talked about it the day it was announced that there was going to be Olympic soccer coming to Snapdragon Stadium, and I looked online at like the ticket options and everything, and at that time, I mean, the news, it hadn't even been like officially out. It was all just reported. So I assumed, oh, they'll update the website, because right now it says like only LA County, Riverside, and Orange County or something like that are the only ones that were able to buy Olympic tickets. And I go, well, they're announcing it later today. Of course, surely they'll open it up to San Diego County as well. And they haven't done that. And like San Diego politicians
They
are
need
like,
to fix
hey,
that.
LA
Yeah.
28, what is going on here?
They have a couple of months, but hopefully they can fix that in time, because you should at least be put into the drawing for tickets. Doesn't guarantee anything, but
you get a chance.
You should get a chance at least if you want to go.
All right.
Dodger fans flooding Snapdragon now. Fantastic.
Yeah, we get enough of that.
Yeah, there's
at
plenty of
Petco.
that. In full uniform.
Saw that at FanFest a couple weeks ago.
Sure did. Full uni.
Showing up to Padres FanFest in your Mookie Betts jersey, your hat. I think he was wearing baseball pants.
Full uni.
They actually had their fan whatever that same day too. Yeah.
Tells you all you need to know. All right, and then we will wrap it up. Had a bunch of shout outs to their families today from the weekend. A lot of maybe not the most well-known names, but just a variety of people, especially from the music world. So I guess we could start here with Three Doors Down's singer Brad Arnold. He died on Saturday.
Oh, sad.
He had been fighting stage 4 kidney cancer, and he lost that battle at just 47 years old, which was horrible. They say his family, or the band said that he died in his sleep. He was surrounded by family.
Did you like Three Doors Down?
I will tell you that You know my very limited Spotify list of
Kryptonite's on there.
Kryptonite is on there.
Brad Arnold
Always
says
like that
he
song.
wrote Kryptonite while he was in math class at age 15.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? That was Mark Cotte's walk-up.
It was.
Yeah. Is that why you have it on
That
there?
was part of the reason. That's right. I think that's where
course
it was
it was.
introduced to me. But I just then found that I really liked that song.
He had such a nice voice. Very 90s. Very 90s. Even the lower tiered bands of the 90s were still pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good, you know?
Greg Brown passed away over the weekend.
Cake.
He was the founding guitarist for Cake.
Yep. He wrote their biggest song, The Distance.
Yep.
You know that song?
Going the distance.
Yeah, great song. So he passed away as well.
I don't know. I'm not familiar with Fred Smith, the bassist for the band Television, but
Big
what's the
indie, like an indie, old school indie band.
what was the other short skirt, long jacket
Yeah,
was
that's
Cake.
Cake
That was
as
the
well.
other big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this one's horrible, but Lil Jon,
Saw that.
his 27-year-old son, Nathan, was found dead in a pond near their home in Georgia. He had been missing all of last week, and I saw like some of those posts, and Lil Jon was like, please, if anybody knows anything, we just want him home. And Lil Jon did say, I'm extremely heartbroken for the tragic loss of our son. He was the kindest human being you would ever meet.
Is that four shout out to their families?
And Terrence Gore.
Oh my God! We forgot
in
Terrence
baseball,
Gore.
Terrence Gore from the Royals.
The fivefecta. That's crazy.
That was a bad weekend.
Terrence Gore with the greatest career stat line in the history of Major League Baseball. In 102 games played at the big league level, he had 1 RBI. He had 2 doubles. He had 3 World Series rings. 3. 1 RBI, 2 doubles, 3 rings, man. He would get on base and he would swipe second. He would swipe third. And then it was Terrence
Or someone
Gore.
else would get on base and then
He would
put
pitch
him
run.
in.
Yeah. Great point.
Swipe
Sorry.
second and swipe third.
Hosmer would get on base. Gore would come in to run for him. And swipe second, swipe third. Terrence Gore into score. Here he goes.
Just 34 years old.
34 years old. A complication from surgery, right? Absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
So sad. I saw a lot of tributes pouring in from his former teammates, including Eric Hosmer. Very, very sad.
Well, we won't play it 5 times, but for everybody that we lost this weekend,
we'll
do it the way we do it.
And I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
3 rings, man. Terrence Gore. 1 RBI.
That's amazing. Really, just 1 RBI in 100 games. That almost seems impossible.
And he's one of those 20,000 or whatever.
So when he shows up to the ballpark, showed up to the ballpark for game day, would he bother throwing or like taking beeps at the? Oh God, Gore.
Or is he just stretching?
Is he just stretching and just getting loose? Like, does he throw before a game? I wonder, just in case. I guess you'd have to always be prepared. Go in and play defense or something. But
one day he doesn't is when somebody gets hurt and he has to go in cold.
He's got to go out cold. But man, what a crazy career he had.
Thank you for that, Paulie. All right, now that we've gotten through all the Super Bowl talk and gotten our week off, it truly now feels like it's time. Baseball season is upon us. When we show up tomorrow morning, the same time, pitchers and catchers will be showing up to Peoria to check in, get their physicals done. Spring training is here, and we're already starting to see a couple of projected lineups for the Padres. AJ Cassavell did it over the weekend. Kevin Acee this morning giving some thoughts on what Craig Stammen might do with the Padres batting lineup. We can start to play around with that ourselves when we come back with more Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, if you enjoyed yourself over Super Bowl weekend, I did. No problem with that. But then you're thinking, all right, want to get my my weight in order for 2026. SDFatLoss.com is the place where I did it and the place where you can lose up to 1 pound of fat per day and 10 to 20% of your body weight in just 60 days. Get your free consultation. Your coach, your counselor will explain how the program works, but it's all based on real foods, stuff you're normally eating, buying from the grocery store like chicken or steak and vegetables in the right portions at the right times. There's no exercise necessary to lose the weight, and you don't have to take the injections with the potential side effects like muscle loss. And by the way, you need to keep taking those injections forever. Not with SDFatLoss.com. 2 months on the program, And then you go to maintenance, and they'll help you keep the weight off like I have, 40 pounds in 60 days. I've kept it off almost 3 years now. If that sounds good, and you'd like to lose that weight by the middle of April, sign up now and get $200 off the program here in the month of February. Tell them Ben sent you to sdfatloss.com. That's sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
like to wish a good drive to Sam Levitt, presumably on his way over to Peoria, Arizona for his weeks and weeks and weeks of endless spring training coverage.
The gauntlet
begins tomorrow morning.
And with that, the offseason comes to an end.
100%.
Begins tomorrow morning right here on Ben and Woods. Listen live for all of Sammy's appearances across all shows.
Ever wonder how a radio broadcaster puts his car into gear? Boom. You're going to get it all from Sammy. I love the new...
Probably listening right now. Hi,
Sammy letting us into his entire life because I want to see all of the meals. I want to see all of the.
We got to get a lunch stop in Yuma.
I need a day in the life video from today. Here I am checking into my Airbnb.
This is me getting my credential. I want all of it. I can't get enough Sammy Levitt ever. Never. So, yeah, wish you well, Sammy. We'll talk to you tomorrow, I think.
And every day the rest of the spring training.
Yep. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It's always nice knowing you've got Sammy like in your back pocket.
Yeah, it might be 7:30, it might be 8 o'clock, it might be 8:30 the next day.
It just depends.
We change it every day depending on the Padres schedule that they put out the night before. So at some point every day, 6 to 10 a.m., you will get spring training Sammy.
And according to the Padres, Sammy's first assignment tomorrow during our show at 8 a.m., manager Craig Stammen will hold his first media session of the spring. And then at 8:30 our time, new hitting coach Steven Sousa and new bench coach Randy Knorr will meet with the media as well. So Sammy will be able to give us sound and reaction to a couple of the new members of the Padres coaching staff that presumably Craig Stammen had a hand in bringing in some of the new guys. Obviously, many of the coaches like Ruben Niebla and Ben Fritz are returning, but there are some new names, and I'm sure AJ had some say in that. And Craig Stammen obviously bringing in some people he had experience with during his time with the Washington Nationals as part of the coaching staff also.
Do you want to talk AC's piece here or in the last segment of the day?
Why don't we wait until the last segment here?
Little tease
Did get some numbers in. There were 3 pitching signings we mentioned already this morning. Nick Martinez, who got $13 million from the Rays. Eric Fetty got a little over $1 million, I believe, from the White Sox. And then the numbers, according to reports for Chris Paddock of the Marlins, $4 million.
Okay.
So, different
Back
price.
to where he came.
Different price points for different pitchers so far this morning on pitching. And we'll see. Still, as we said, Chris Bassett, Zach Gallen, Lucas Giolito, some of the bigger names that remain on the market, with the Padres reportedly been interested in starting pitching, but have not landed any free agent starting pitchers other than Michael King, which is a big giant. It's a big one, but when it's someone you're bringing back that doesn't necessarily move the needle with fans as much as a new name, a new toy to play with.
I mean, he moves if they hadn't
losing him would be bad. Yeah.
If they hadn't brought him back and brought Eric Fetty in, I would have been pretty mad.
What would we be saying about the offseason? Not nice things. If they hadn't brought back Michael King.
Very glad that they did.
It's definitely an important part of it. Yeah, let's take our last time out, and then we can kind of get into a couple of different thoughts on what the Padres lineup could look like.
I liked what Craig Stammen had to say in this piece, and I think it's important based on some of the experiences we had last year with the way the management was kind of inflexible at some times. But I thought this was really good, so we'll read that for you next.
Oh, and of course, a reminder, when Sammy Levitt joins us, all coverage live from Padres Spring Training in Peoria, presented by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Back with more Ben and Woods next to wrap things up on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
it's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Final segment of Ben and Woods on a Monday. Final day of the Padres offseason.
Yes, officially. Technically.
It's like off-season Sammy morphs as he hits that little bridge that goes into Yuma. Says, "Welcome to Arizona." He like turns into
like
that's
like
the place.
Incredible
training
Hulk
Sammy.
turning green.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the place
can't
I
help
always
it.
get a ticket.
Right there?
Yeah.
Like the instant you enter Arizona?
And right after I leave Yuma.
It's just coming out of
Okay.
Yuma as you start to go up and
Yeah.
over those
Over
little
the mountain, the little
hills.
foothills.
Got like three.
of Yuma right there.
Three there.
Like two on the way there, and
One on the way
one
back.
or two on the
Well,
way
there's
back.
like a whole CH or AHP, whatever they call it, station right there.
Yeah, they
I
get
mean, they like live right there.
Knock on wood, I was clear.
You have to
The
know
last
that
trip.
they're right there.
Now I do.
Okay.
Fourth time's a charm.
And then you go over little foothills, and there's that golf course right on the
Yeah,
right.
that golf course.
Dry, dusty golf course in Welton, Arizona.
It was such a small gift that I got you a couple of years ago, but your dashboard, the phone
holder.
mount, the right there on sticks right onto your dashboard. And we had that up going out to fantasy camp. And when you had Waze up, you were able to see
cops,
people that would say like, "Hey, there's a cop hiding back here." And like there was one stretch of that desert where it was like a cop every mile,
every 100 yards. I was like, "You're not going to get me today, buddy."
And then
we
you got date shakes as you go by.
We've
there.
never done the
haven't
date
gotten
shake
one.
stop.
Really?
No,
You've
still
never
haven't.
had one?
I mean, I made my own at home, but
They're delicious.
they're all right. Yeah,
Even
they're very
I'm-
sweet.
Even I am tempted.
They're very sweet. Dates are very sweet.
They are.
Should we
Very
actually stop
Nature's
and get
caramel.
Huh?
Nature's caramel.
Well, let's stop on the way out when we go. We're leaving on the 22nd. Cole wants to know.
2 weeks from
Except
yesterday.
for caravanning, which means one of us is going to have to drive either uncomfortably slow or uncomfortably fast.
I think we know who it's going to be and what.
Gotta meet in the middle. Keep you from getting a ticket, but keep me from making a
From
6.5
driving
hour
Miss
drive.
Daisy. Yeah, exactly. God, he's a slow driver. Holy cow. Once I rode with him back. Oh my, I was sitting there, I was like, he's going 65 miles an hour on this stretch of freeway. 60, listening to PGA Tour radio, 65 miles an hour.
I rode solo. I drove solo that year, and we met up for like a gas stop in Yuma, I think. And
we were going to a golf course.
I made like 2 others. I was like, I'm hungry or I'm thirsty. I'm going to run in and grab something to drink, something. You guys got like a good 10 or 15 minute head start getting back onto the freeway. I passed you in about half an hour.
Yeah, he also beat us to the course by like 40 minutes.
Yeah,
So
I had so much time. I was like, how about you guys go to the golf course? I'll
go ahead and get our credentials.
I'm going to go
get
20
set
minutes
up.
past the course to the Peoria Sports Complex, talk to the people there, get our credentials, shake some hands, get back in the car, drive 20 minutes back to the golf course, and you guys had like just pulled
What would be
up.
fun is if we drive halfway. I'll drive with Paulie halfway, then he jumps in with you. He's never ridden with you out there.
It's true. Couldn't do it.
What? It's not that bad.
What would you guys talk about the whole time?
If you close your eyes and nap, you can't even tell how slow we're going.
It's true.
Everyone's wondering why aren't we just all going together? The answer to that is usually I have to work. I do television as well.
We don't want to get stuck at home.
Yeah, you just drop you off. Otherwise, you're going to have to Uber and
sitting
Lyft
in an
everywhere.
Airbnb in Peoria, like, well,
while I'm driving around working and doing the stuff that I need to do.
Yeah,
so I need my own transportation.
Yep.
All right, let's check traffic. And then we come back, AJ Cassavell with a projected both right-handed and left-handed starting lineups for your San Diego Padres. A couple of interesting thoughts here from AJ. We'll get to that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Well, the roads are shaping up pretty nicely all around the county, guys. We're not showing any incidents, no accidents. That crash did clear up on the coastline, southbound 5 just past Oceanside Boulevard, so speeds are looking much better there. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Ben & Wood, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Playing around with projected Padres starting lineups on the eve of spring training. AJ Cassavell did it over the weekend. Kevin Acey posted one this morning in the UT, and they both kind of look at what the Padres may look like against versus, both right-handed and left-handed pitching this season. Now, you're going to face righties about 70% of the time and lefties about 30% of the time. Historically, that's what the numbers are. So the right-handed starting lineup is slightly more important, but, they both are certainly worth talking about. Here's what AJ Cassavell had projected versus a right-handed starting pitcher based on, obviously, who the Padres have right now. Said Fernando Tatis Jr. leading off in right field. Jackson Merrill batting second and center. Manny Machado hitting third at third base. Sounds pretty normal so far. Then Gavin Sheets batting cleanup and playing first base. Ramon Laureano batting fifth in left field. Jake Cronenworth, second base, batting sixth. Xander Bogaerts batting seventh at shortstop. And then Sungmun Song as the DH, or possibly playing elsewhere while someone else gets a DH day, batting eighth. And Freddie Fermin catching and batting ninth. What stands out to you guys about that projected starting lineup?
The Xander Bogaerts hitting in the 7 hole. I mean, certainly makes your lineup deeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really want to stack righty in the 3, 4, 5. So I understand, again, just on paper, you may. This guy may not, not be devastating against right-handers, and you have no problem going Machado, Laureano, Bogaerts, and so on down the line. But again, I think it's going to be fluid. The one thing, it's funny, and in Kevin's piece, he talked about how many combos did Mike Schilt use last year? Some different.
You only used the most he used was 5 at the same time.
Okay,
the one lineup 5 times.
One lineup.
It was like 120 something different lineups over the course of the season.
Which, again,
not unusual.
It's not unusual in modern baseball.
Dodgers do it.
There's still people.
Everyone does.
There's still people that get upset about it every year, and I remind you every year. It's not 1984.
Doesn't Aaron Boone have like 150 different lineups?
Yeah, I mean, there's teams that literally do a different lineup every day, and you have to take into account injury and guys needing a day and whatever. So it's going to be different. But I thought this was interesting. What Kevin said. What will play out is whether Stammen is willing to move down a struggling star, how he parlays platoon advantages, how he employs days of rest for his regulars, and how he utilizes the designated hitter. We're not uncommon to a bunch of other teams that have to do the exact same thing. But yeah, I mean, we would ask Schulte a lot about Luis Arise. Again, the numbers had bore out. He was the literal worst 2-hole hitter in baseball. They said, this is not an opinion. This isn't feelings. It says these are the numbers of him in the 2-hole in comparison to 29 other teams, and he is dead last as a 2-hole hitter. And he's like, yeah, but he won 3 batting titles. Okay, I fully get it. And Luis Arise may not have been the type of player that you said, Louis, I need you for the sake of the team to go hit 7th for a while till you get your stroke locked in. Craig Stammen is going to not have that issue to deal with, certainly, but still issues. I mean, how does it go, Ben, if you go by AJ Cassavell's article? Day 1 spring training, and you have Xander Bogaerts penciled in the 7-hole. Is he going to be like, hell yeah, love this, love it, stoked? Whatever the team needs.
So here's what's intriguing about this lineup. It's truly righty-lefty all the way through.
All the way through.
And as you said, if you have Xander batting 7th, that's a nice deep lineup.
It sure is. And again, I think
if you're going to try to keep it righty-lefty, though, if you want him 1st, 3rd, or 5th, are you knocking down Tatis, Machado, or Laureano? And the answer is no. So if you truly are going righty-lefty, 7th is the only place Xander could hit in that lineup.
You don't have a choice.
Now, you don't have to go righty-lefty all the way through. But if you did, there's really no other spot for Xander in that lineup other than 7th against right-handed pitching.
Wait till I tell you what happened in Johnson City when they batted 6 lefties in a row.
I guess what worries me about that lineup is it's asking a lot of Sung-Moon Song, who we know very little about at this point.
But again, it doesn't have to be Sung-Moon Song. It could be Luis Campusano.
Well,
he's a lefty.
This is against righties.
He's a lefty,
So the only other lefty bat right now is Bryce Johnson. He's a switch hitter.
Beach.
So, we've been talking so much about how the Padres need a right-handed bat, and they get Andujar.
And now we need a left-handed bat.
Now I'm wondering if they need a left-handed bat, for designated hitting purposes at the bottom of the lineup.
Again, I don't know that Sung-Moon Song slides right in. It's like, I'm ready to hit big league pitching every time there's a right-hander on it. Maybe he is, and maybe that would be a dream, but not something based on historical, guys coming over from the KBO. It's not something that they've just been able to jump into yet. That's okay. And that's okay. It's going to take him some time. So but that's you're asking a lot of them.
So, and here is AJ Cassavell's projected lineup against left-handed pitching. Still starts with Fernando and right, but then right to Manny Machado, batting 2nd and playing 3rd. Then Jackson Merrill, Ramon Laureano hitting cleanup, Miguel Andujar, the designated hitter. Then Gavin Sheets, still playing, but deeper in the lineup against a lefty at batting 6th. Xander Bogaerts still there at 7th.
Penciled in at the 7th.
Jake Cronenworth now drops to 8th against a lefty. And again, Freddie Fermin catching and batting 9th.
I think we need more bodies, if I'm being honest with you. I think we need one more bat.
Another bat.
I think another bat, maybe.
But it could be lefty or righty.
Could be lefty or righty.
You could do a righty that can play first base instead of Gavin Sheets.
Yep.
And make it more of a platoon. Or it can be a lefty who gets more DH days instead, in case Sung-Moon Song doesn't work out offensively for the Padres as much in the season. But I do think you need one more bat to really round out this team based on what those projected lineups look like.
Do you want to hear about Johnson City?
I do not want to hear about Johnson City.
Because
6
in a row. 6 lefties in a row.
Now that one at least has, a couple of righties back-to-back at the top against a lefty.
It's a good point by David J. as usual. Way to fix their issues against left-handed pitching last year is for Fernando and Merrill to not underperform against left-handed pitching. It's exactly right.
Fair enough.
Campusano could be a guy that could play first base and against left-handies. Left-handies. Whoa. Whoa. Huh. Left-handers. Left-handies, by the way. Left-handers. He could, if he comes out and he's swinging it, he's supposed to, he could have some.
I mean, and it depends. Can Andujar play any first or not?
Yes, he can as well.
They'll probably have to decide who's a better right-handed first baseman at this point, Andujar or Campusano.
Yep.
Because those are your other options if you don't want to start Sheets. If one of those guys worked out at first, it would be a very formidable right-handed lineup against left-handed pitchers
100%.
when you keep Sheets out of there.
100%.
Now, Sheets was okay against lefties
okay.
last year, but I'm not going to count on that again.
I'm not either. Those left-handers can be tricky. Many call it the stranger.
Oh, Bob, it's just kid stuff.
I apologize. Sweat. I started pouring sweat right now. Left-handies, right-handies, whatever floats your boat. I'm going to flub and say it at spring training. I know I'm going to. You're a really good right-handy pitcher. All right. It's very Monday of me.
Some guys are right-handy. Some guys are left-handy.
Some guys don't care. Some guys are just happy.
Just happy to be there.
Just happy to be there.
I just hope that Craig Stammen follows the advice and keeps Ramon Laureano
in the top of the lineup.
In the top of the lineup this year.
See, this guy's the 7-hole. I mean, again, deep into your line, but he's one of your best hitters. He's one of your best sluggers. He's one of your best everything. Let's get him up. Let's get him up soon.
To break it down, is at its most simplest form, I want my best hitters to have the most at-bats possible.
I may not go Tatis Machado. I may go Tatis Laureano. I may. Yeah. I may do that instead of Tatis Machado.
Interestingly, in Kevin Acey's projected lineups, he got Xander Bogaerts batting 7th again against lefties and 6th against righties, only to drop, Seung-Moon Song down a little bit more. But
he's such a wild card, man. You know, it's such a wild card with him. But again, we have no idea how this guy's going to perform. None whatsoever. So I wouldn't be counting on him every day for everyday DH reps right now.
I did like the quote that you read from Craig Stammen, though, in being more flexible with the lineups.
Yeah, he's going to have to do it.
Which does it makes it less urgent. And I do think Mike Schilt fell into that trap in that when he did make a change, it felt like a big deal. And you don't want lineup changes to feel like such a big deal for players.
100%. And the more you can do them throughout the year, that's what Stammen was basically saying is like, I don't want to get to the playoffs and a guy's struggling. I move him down. Everyone's like, oh,
right.
Oh, no. Again, if you just make it kind of commonplace, and if the guys on the team buy in and say, whatever you need, dude, you need me to hit 5th, I'll hit 5th. You need me to hit 3rd, I'll hit 3rd. Whatever you need. That's what you're asking for as a manager at any level.
Is it really matter where you hit other than maybe in the first inning near the top of the order? Like a guy knows he's getting up first to lead off a game or batting in the first, second, third spot to start the game. After that, you come up where you come up.
Yeah,
it
100%.
could be 8-9-1. It could be 3-4-5 coming up in an inning. It doesn't matter really after that first inning.
It shouldn't. Because here's the boomer take, right? You guys getting paid a lot of money, man. What are we trying to do? We're trying to win a World Series. You got a lot of money. Don't worry about your numbers because you already got a lot of money. Do what's best for the team. But I also get it. We've heard it from enough of these dudes to our faces. I don't get my numbers there. I don't like hitting there because I don't get my numbers. And you feel like you're letting your team down if you don't get your numbers. So it's this big vicious circle. But again, I think the great teams, the guys go, whatever you need. Wherever you need me to play and wherever you need me to hit, you got me.
Players find ways to get their numbers wherever they are in the order.
That's exactly right. They've said it to our face. I can think of 4 guys off the top of my head that have said it to us.
I mean, a guy hitting 8th or 9th might not have the RBI opportunities that a guy hitting 3rd or 4th is going to have.
You want to win games and win a World Series? That's really what it boils down to.
We don't care how many RBIs you get. If you're not getting RBI, we care what percentage of RBIs you're
cashing in.
That you're cashing in, not your total number at the end of the season. You get 80, but you've been cashing in big time because those are your opportunities. You had a great season.
Yeah.
If you get 120, but you had the bases loaded every time you were up, you should have had 200 RBI, man. You didn't have a great season. That's when RBIs
I'd be
matter.
happy with 100. Anybody with 180.
I get it, but that just means that the guys in front of you were just doing an insane job of getting on base.
For sure.
We'll continue this discussion on the early part, I would say, of the program tomorrow, and we will be joined by Sammy Levitt live from Padres spring training for the first of many visits over the coming weeks. But that's it for the Monday edition of the program. Braden and Frank coming up next for our executive producer, Paulie Reindl. For Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.